Still you'll catch your time.
Naysayers don't play, we speak what's true. OnPassive scheme ain't meant for you. Ash got plans to steal your soul. We won't lead you down that hole. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. We won't be silent, gonna raise our voice. Speaking facts, ain't no choice. Break the chains of a dirty scheme. Naysayers live in the dream. Promises of gold, but all you get is smoke. Ash's empire, just a joke. Naysayers stand up, keep it real. We cut through lies like sharpened steel. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you all doing today? Happy FriYAY to all of my sayers of nay. I am so glad that you could make it here. We are going to have a wonderful time today. I have created quite the little show for you. So I hope that you are ready for all of the wonderful updates that are coming your way about the OnPassive scam. Did you know that we have actually not done a stream that has just been about the OnPassive scam in a whole 9 days? I didn't. I went to go look and see when the last stream was, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's been a while. So I am glad to be doing this stream today because there are several updates in the last 24 hours since I spoke to you the other day, where we did our Lev versus OnPassive stream. I can't stop calling it OnPassive because they keep calling it OnPassive, and I don't really know. Hopefully we all start calling it the Cult of Ash, because I don't know what else to call it at this point. And Louisiana came in here and said, he has a cult? Oh my gosh. And I was kind of like, I've only been out here for 4 years speaking about how this is a cult. Where have you been, my girl? Where have you been? And it's a scam it. That's right. That's right. And then we have Violet coming in. Good to see you. The most incompetent CEO in the U.S. Bring it on. Get ready. I don't know what we're getting ready for still. I'm interested to see the survey application. Hey, Salami. And Sam is here. Good to see you. And hello. Good evening, Jelly Snack. 9 days. We must have missed so much ass kissing. We did. But don't worry. I got it for you all right now. No wonder we are going through withdrawal. That's right. Yes, we are here. We are here and ready to go. We are ready to go. And there is quite the update in the back office. That's right. O News 14 has dropped. And everyone is super, super duper excited about it. Although not everyone has posted about it so far. They were all doing their Facebook posts telling us all about it. So I thought that we would start off by discussing that. Important. O News 14 just dropped. Let's go. Boom! Let's build the next chapter together. Because your voice matters. We want to hear from you. Something exciting is waiting for you. We've just launched a quick 3-question survey. Funny how they all have 3 questions. And your feedback will help guide the path ahead. It only takes a couple minutes, but the impact will last for years. Every response counts and will directly influence the next chapter of our journey. Your input guides every step we take. Deadline, September 22nd, 2025, midnight. Take survey number 2 here now. Your voice isn't just welcome, it's essential. Thank you for helping guide the mission forward and for being an indispensable part of this journey. Together, we are unstoppable. With appreciation, Ash Mufareh. Or Mufareh if you ask the AI bot. So let's take survey number 2 here now. Oh my goodness. Okay. Survey number 2. Help us shape the next chapter. Thank you for being an essential part of this mission. Your input helps guide every step we take together. Please take a moment to answer these 3 quick questions. Expires in 3 days and 20 hours. You are logged in. You can update your answers and resubmit at any time. Powered by Google Translate. Number 1. Clarity from O News. How helpful have our past O News messages been in giving you better clarity about where we are and where we're headed? Very helpful. I understand much more now. Somewhat helpful. Clear, but I still have questions. Not very helpful. I still feel unsure about our direction. Gotta fill it out how he wants it to be filled out. Question 2. Readiness for what's next. The pace is picking up behind the scenes as we prepare to create something new. When the time comes, are you ready and willing to join us in this next chapter? And then we have an asterisk. What does that mean? Where does that... Where... okay. Yeah, it's nowhere. Alright, well, I guess it doesn't lead anywhere. I guess it leads to the path to nowhere, like OnPassive. So we can pick, yes, I'm excited and ready to move forward. Maybe I'd like to learn more first. Not at this time. 3. Communication and training. Would better communication and training on how to develop your own business building skills be valuable to you? Interesting. And we can choose, yes, this would be very helpful. Somewhat. I already have some of these skills, but would welcome more. No, I feel confident with the skills I have now. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. You're welcome. Your feedback will help us prepare the next stage of our big, bold, beautiful shared dream. Then we submit survey. Success! Your survey was submitted. Thank you for your feedback. And you can edit answers or thanks, I'm done. And then it just kind of keeps you on this page. Gotta go back. So everyone, that is O News 14 and their amazing survey. I'm sure that we will hear about it for months to come. Once again, and the survey doesn't even matter, not only because the questions suck, but also because there are people doing videos telling people how to answer them and what the right and wrong answers are. And so what is the point? What is the point in doing this? I don't know. They say don't give the wrong answers, make sure you give the right answers, which tends to be the first answer as you guys saw. What the hell's the point in this thing, damn it? There's really no point because people are answering it based on the answers that they think Ash is going to want to hear. There are people, as I pointed out, doing videos telling you basically, hey guys, make sure that you don't pick these last answers because it seems to be like the first one is the happy one. Like, I'm here forever. And then the second one is like, I'm sort of here. And then the last one is like, I'm on my way out the door, right? And they just make it so noticeable that they want the first one picked. And these guys are doing these videos saying, yeah, guys, don't pick the last question. Make sure that you pick the first one. And these videos that are called How to Fill Out the Survey. I'm sorry, but if you don't know how to go on and fill out a survey, what are you even doing in a tech company? It's like, what are you doing here, sir? What are you doing? What are any of us? What are we doing here, Ash? All right, like, You just wanted to create a little club where everyone praises you and thinks that you're a god. And what, you needed to pretend that there'd be products coming because you knew that you'd really get called out if you just came out here and said, I'm your next messiah, please praise me? Like, what are we doing here? Bill Must is in charge of the punctuation and capitalization. Or Tanya's out there like, I didn't capitals. I have no business skills and don't want any. And that's fine. That's the thing, is that there are people out here that are like, I don't ever want to have a job in that field. And that's absolutely fine. But this culture, this hustle culture, makes it seem like there's something wrong with you. You and your 9-to-5 job, you and your normal way of living. Oh, how dare you? That's how they like talk about it and view it, right? Like, oh, you're just basic. You're based. Whatever they say about that. I don't know. I'm not down with the lingo. I'm too old for that shit. I had to Google what 6'7" meant the other day because my daughter started doing it. I was like, well, we need to know where this came from. So, it's ridiculous. Like, it's like, so what are we doing? We're not going to get real answers. The survey doesn't even matter. It's really just an ego stroke for this guy. Like, that's all it is. Survey no worky, right? Hello, good to see you. Welcome to FriYAY. All I will do is give the wrong answers. I want to know if when you give the wrong answers, if you get booted out. Like, I really do want to know. So far, no. But I'm kind of like, what is the point? And today I'm going to show you Ash basically admitting that it's for pruning purposes. So, like, but we've had people fill it out with the wrong answers on purpose to see what would happen, and they're all still got their accounts. So I'm kind of like, are they doing it? What's going on here, you know? What? I know. That's their survey app. This OnPassive survey software is currently valued at $7.9 billion. Yes, anyone can fall for a scam, but I'm sorry. If you tested a bunch of OnPassivians and averaged them out, there's a significant chance they qualify as, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but, you know, it's kind of like after 7 years of waiting, what are you here for? Which, again, brings us to the cult thing. But, I mean, I do question Chris Johnson's intelligence on a daily basis, so he'll terminate you. That's right. As if Ash will look at this survey and say, I had not thought of it like that. I know. It's like, well, these questions aren't even, like they don't mean anything. Like, it's really just like, how much do you like me? How long are you going to stay here? Are you ready? Ready for what? What are we getting ready for? A war? Like, what's going on? Maybe I should make some changes to what I had planned. Exactly. It's like your input does not matter here at all. I know he makes it sound like it does, but that's not happening. That's not what's going to happen with these surveys. And, like, the questions prove it, along with the answers, you know? Chris Johnson is one of the dumbest humans I've ever seen speak. I mean, he's not with it. I don't get how they said no one has inside information, and then Chris keeps saying he has inside information from Ash with all the phone calls. Exactly. That's my issue too, is I'm like, you guys do this kind of thing all the time. Like, you position yourselves there as being some insider that knows things, and then you also gaslight them when they treat you like an insider that knows things and tell them that you don't know anything. But then you have these public displays of Ash calling in when you're live, and it's all just very confusing. It's kind of like, well, what do you want them to think about this? And that's what it is. They want everyone to just be confused all the time because you control people better when they're just confused all the time and they never know what the fuck is going on. You know? That's all it is. They're just cheering for the leader of the AARP group. My daughter got a Dermot in high school for calling a guy the dumbest dumbass she's ever met. She obviously has not met Chris Johnson. let's not introduce them and do that to her, all right? She's innocent. Leave her alone. My daughter's already been introduced, but it was good because she was like, that guy is a scammer. Speaking of Ash, it was his birthday. Now, in past years, we have made a big deal about his birthday on this channel. This year, however, I decided that I don't think it's a good idea for us to celebrate cult leaders' birthdays. And this year, this thing is just a cult. It's like not an MLM. They haven't been recruiting in ages. They're not selling anything. They don't have products. They're just this movement where Ash is a messiah sent from God above to save all of humanity. And like Spencer said in his video the other day, I know you're probably laughing, especially if you know at all who Ash Mufareh is. It seems like a ridiculous idea. But what you need to understand is in places like India, having a guru is kind of a big thing. And so it's not that bizarre for people that are in religion that already kind of look to someone as a messiah to then kind of replace that with Ash, if you will. And that's what's been happening here the last several years of this cult. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And I think that the display of Ash's birthday is a good example of that.
ఫ్లాగ్ ని రిబ్బన్ కటింగ్ చేయవలసిందిగా రామయ్య సార్ గారిని మరియు వైటి ఆనంద్ సార్ గారిని కోరుకుంటున్నాము.
This looks like a Hare Krishna meeting. That's what this looks like. This does not look like an MLM CEO. This looks like a Swami. It's sad.
Jai Ash Mufareh sir! Jai Ash Mufareh sir!
Yep, they did that. They did.
Jai Ash Mufareh sir! Jai Ash Mufareh sir!
It's worrisome, you know? It's worrisome. It's a little bit like, eek, don't do that. We don't need to praise him like that. So with all that going on his birthday, I don't think he needed us to celebrate his birthday. But it was his birthday this past week. So there was that. They were, however, celebrating his birthday a little bit. But not as much as past years. I did notice that in the US, they did not do as many celebrations for his birthday that they have in past years. This year was way more chill, right? They usually do release 17 videos that day of just birthday songs praising him. So it did die down a little bit in America, but it seemed to amp up in other areas, and that's not good. We can't have that. You know? We don't want that OnPassive brand laxatives. Says happy birthday. So let's take a moment and talk about the cult of Ash. That's right, because it is a cult, unfortunately. They did do a Heroes webinar. This was really the only big celebration for his birthday. As you can see, Heroes webinar, happy birthday, Mr. Ash Mufareh. We are moving into something magnificent. Sunday, September 14th, 2025. So there was that. That was really it. Also, who's this guy in the picture? Because that ain't Ash Mufareh. We're posting up some Together We Win, Ash Mufareh by Vineet Verma. We have somebody walking along the train tracks. Be careful. Chugga chugga choo choo, motherfucker. This was a little bit much. I'm not sure if this is necessary, but this is what you must do to get ready, I guess, in OnPassive, so that you can stay awake for all the webinars. It's just such a cursed image. But it's like, what in the cursed images is this? You know? Marty was my favorite part about these webinars. I know. It's true. You know? They really fucked themselves. Julie doesn't think so, though. She says, I am grateful for the people I crossed paths with. Only one path, I guess. Again, the path to nowhere. Hashtag thank you, God. Hashtag Ash Mufareh rocks. I don't think that's a hashtag, but okay. Okay. Then we have success with Ash Mufareh. Tanya had to come about O News 13, right? She had to let us all know about it, so she had to come on and say,
Folks, please read carefully the O News number 13. We will be even more selective now about the posts we let in.
Excuse me? What do you mean you're going to be more selective? She's definitely on Ash Mufareh rocks. Gonna have some Ash. But yeah, literally, how are you going to be more selective about the posts you let in? They're already telling people if you mention the name OnPassive, we're denying it. If you mention In It to Win It, we're denying it. I guess they don't like their theme song anymore. I think we kind of stole it from them. YouTube seems to think it's my song. It sends me all of the copyright. Every time someone uses In It to Win It in one of their videos, I can claim it. And I'm like, no. I don't, because that would be kind of an asshole thing to do. And I don't do things like that. Believe it or not. Has Jeanne said anything yet? We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Don't worry. Tanya is the only one allowed to post going forward. They might as well. Like, I don't know why they don't just do that. Just have a group running where it's just the back office messages reposted or something. Because it's like, too many rules, okay? But of course, that's on purpose. You know, you need to have rules in a cult. You need to have control over the people in the cult. You need to make sure that they're following the imaginary rules that you made up that they need to follow. So everything's going along smoothly, I guess, for them. Pat Parent even came on to be like, hey, listen, I'm also going to be not allowing posts. Which, again, just goes to show you this thing is like really hunkering down with their information control, their behavior control, all of it really, but especially that right now. Good day and night to all here in my group. Please, from today, I'll be removing anything that has used the old company name or logo, as we are moving in the new direction. So please, .t, post anything that is not true from or O News updates, true facts. Only, no assuming the future of new company. She might have had a stroke while she was writing this. Only what Mr. Ash Mufareh tells us only. No speculation the future. If not followed, all will be removed, and you also. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. That sounds like a threat. Better fucking watch out, guys. Pat Parrot is coming for you. All right? She's all into succeeding beyond. So, you know she's about business. You just saw that. Yeah, you know she's about business, all right? She needs to succeed beyond. So, I don't know what these threats are. I don't know what that means. So just Make sure you're walking on eggshells in all these groups. That's what they want you to do, is be walking on eggshells all the time while you're in all these groups. Being too scared to speak up in case there's consequences. So, yeah, all will be removed, and you also. Very scary. Sorry, this group is to be all about fact of moving forward. The facts of moving forward. I'm not sure what they are. But okay. Yeah, Pat. No one is doing in anything and succeed beyond. Also, how are you 65 and look like you're 85? I haven't even seen Pat in a while. I kind of thought she was still ill. And I was like, oh, she hasn't been around. Maybe she's moved on. I don't know. And then some sent this to me, and I was like, oh, shit. Never mind. Maybe we should worry about Pat more. We're over here talking about Tanya every week, and we've let Pat Parent go insane. She's out here trying to be Tanya 2.0 right under our noses, and we missed it. All of a sudden, here she is. She's arrived. And I'm like, what the hell, Pat? That's what this was. I was kind of like, whoa. Because she always, she wasn't like a bitch or anything. She was older, and she was kind of sick, and, I didn't really think she was that much of a threat. Well, I was wrong, I guess. I don't know. So let's respect our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. We are proud and honored to be a part of this company, so let's respect our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Proud and honored to be a part. Mm-hmm. Proud and honored. That's right. My 85-year-old mother-in-law looks better than Pat. Oh, my. Moving Forward Company should be the new name. I like it better than New Direction Company. That sounds so much dumber to me for some reason. Moving Forward? I mean, that wouldn't be the worst name for their cult. I'll probably still call it the Cult of Ash. I'll probably just start referring to this thing as the Cult of Ash from now on. Because, they're all like, let's kill the OnPassive name. I'm like, okay. But if you're not going to give me a new name, then I'm going to name you. And I'm just going to call you what you are. Which in this moment, and for the last few years now, growing more and more so, it's been a cult of personality surrounding Ash Mufareh with his big, bold, beautiful dream and his big, bold, beautiful ego. That's it. That's kind of where I'm at with this thing. Enough already, damn it. Shut this shit down. Stop it. This is ridiculous. How are we even continuing? We have been shut down by the SEC, Pat. I think there's no need for this madness going on. When we just grow more and more insane and culty. And for what? We're not even getting anything out of this. I have to start believing that unfortunately you guys are turning into bad people while being in this thing. And that's what you have to not do. No matter where you are, you have to make sure that you don't let the group change you. I get hated on all the time because I won't join groups and let them change me. I'm like, no, listen. I have my morals and values. And my sense of fairness and my need for justice. And you will not mess with these things. You have to do that. Otherwise, you start turning into this. Damn it. Not with OnPassive meds, and oxygen. Yeah. Med beds, and oxygen. Hello, Serene. Yes, med beds and oxygen. Okay. Excuse me. Are there new... You know what? That would actually make sense. That would be the first survey where I would be like, okay, yeah, pick the new name. That's kind of fun. Like I wouldn't complain about that one. That would actually be input that could matter here. If he doesn't have a name already, I'm starting to think that the man doesn't have anything and he's scrambling right now. I mean, he has been, but it's like, pressure's on, sir. Pressure is on. Yep, let's call it what it is. Like, I don't know what else to call it, so I'm saying let's just go. They don't want it to be OnPassive anymore, so then, okay. Well then, guess what you'll be? Not with OnPassive med beds and oxygen. There we go. We got there, little Miss Lulu. I can usually, it might take me a second, but I can usually, even if you guys do a typo, mess up a word, I can usually guess what you mean by it, I think I at least do a decent job of that for the most part. I might get it wrong every once in a while because I'm not perfect, but, it should be called God Complex Fetish. Well, I mean, he does. He does. It's a dangerous cult run by a career criminal. No cult is not dangerous. They're all dangerous because of what they can all turn into. I mean, we have the Nexium route. We have the Jonestown route. That's always the fear with anything like this that starts. People say that I shouldn't worry about MLMs or YouTube communities going this route. But what do you think Nexium was? Keith Raniere got 130 years in jail for that shit. It started like this, guys. This is how it started. This is the manipulation tactics he used with everyone. Just as slow as this. Maybe even slower, except then he had something to show for it. So you have to think, we're watching this happen to people that don't even sell the products and get a commission. So when you factor in selling products and getting a commission, I'm hoping that then you guys can see how these things can completely take over somebody, no matter who it is, and how they can turn into something that ugly. It's not just, the little MLMs that the stay-at-home moms are doing and those silly anti-MLM girls that, are mad they didn't make it. That's not what this is and never has been. We're not just like, we want to stop people from running small businesses, fuck capitalism or anything like that. It's literally like, no, these are actually can lead to, do we want to open that door? Do we want to give them the outs of being able to run these to hide their trafficking rings and things like this that they use them for? Why are we allowing this? Take these away and you solve half the problem. Then we can work on the religious cults and the political cults and the other ones that run for other reasons that don't involve the businesses. But let's take it one step at a time. And don't worry, there are people that are speaking out about those cults as well. And I support all of them speaking out about Scientology, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormonism, the LDS, the FLDS. When I'm not doing my own stuff, that's what I'm doing. I'm in all those places supporting everyone else doing it. You all better get in line for when we take over the internet. It's just so funny. And I feel like the survey app is worse than any product that they've ever thought of before. How did we do that? How did it get worse? The new company can be called Succeed Beyond. Pretty sure that name is a trademark. No one else has ever made this spelling blunder while creating their LLC or trademark. You're good. And if there's no way Pat lasts all that much longer, yeah, she's getting up there. And that's kind of why I'm like, yo, time's ticking. Like, the people that you've preyed on, many of them don't have 20 years to wait, It's all to ensure Ash reaches Messiah status, as far as I'm concerned. Me too. Me too. These products were an afterthought. And they were his beginnings, so that's all he knew. And then once he realized he could do it, why not? Because he's that type of person. Like the band named The Band You're About to Hear. It can be the company you're never going to hear about. Oh, survey, new name. I will put that suggestion to Dear Leader Ash. Thank you, please do. Apparently, Mike Ellis is now both a Grand Master and a Grand Wizard. Yes. Yes, I hope not. We got to save Susie, man. OnPassive, re-becoming the greatness they never were. I feel like that's just left.ai. Keith got 130 years for trafficking. I think in minors. But maybe it was just no. Keith got 130 years for trafficking because the cult, the MLM that they were running, was literally a trafficking ring of adult women. And he used to send out Allison Mack to recruit women for him to have sex with. And he would take women from other people's wives that were in the MLM. I've done a full deep dive on it, and I covered the case while it was going on in the court. You should check it out. The MLM and the other stuff was not for Netflix. No. All very true story. And that's why sometimes I don't like when Netflix does things, because I'm like, they glorify it a bit. They romanticize it. And you got to be kind of careful doing that too. You know, it's hard though. But trust me, that was an MLM. There were minors involved, but it was also the MLM, and the whole thing was what it was. I'm going to rewatch the deep dive. Do it. But the women that he branded were adult women. They were not minors. One of the first ones, Sarah, whose book I've read, literally came out and was like, she was married and still went and got branded because she was manipulated into the secret girls club within the MLM, because they're all like, oh, we're about female empowerment. And all it takes is a guy to be the CEO that wants to use that female empowerment for whatever he feels like. And then the coercive control tactics and the manipulation does the rest. It's already happening. In terms of the business, it's not that hard to switch over. It's like it happens in terms of politics. It's not that hard to make someone go to an extremist if you can get inside their head. You know? And that's kind of what we're looking at. What is it that gets people to do that? What goes wrong there? Why do people fall into that? What manipulates you into these things? And then what keeps you there? And what has to happen for you to wake up and leave? And then we talk about how shitty it is after you leave. Because then you realize you have to go through a whole recovery process as if you just left a years-long domestic violence relationship. And you're like, I thought I was just joining a fucking business to sell some wax to people on the weekends. What the fuck is this thing I was in? That's the thing. It makes people commit suicide. It sends people to mental hospitals because they literally have mental breakdowns. It's real abuse in these systems, disguised as empowerment and as happy times, using toxic positivity and whatever else that they can. So if you're out here looking at them still going, oh, well, they're not that bad, then you've fallen for it. That's what they want you to think. That's why they lobby so hard to keep them legal. You know? And it kind of sucks because it's hard to lobby to stop it. We're going up against big people here. And a lot of them have a lot more money and power than any of us do. Which is why we all have to get together and do it all together. As a big community. Speaking out about these things and chipping away however we can. And that's what we've been doing. But, you know, you chip away, you take down one, 7 more pop up over here. Because they're legal. Sucks. But that's okay, because maybe all of them should just be beaten with a slipper. I don't want to get too serious today. I can't stand it. The internet's too fucking heavy right now, guys. I did a community tab post about it, all right? And I said, I've been heavy. The internet's been heavy. I need to have a laugh. So we got to switch this around now. That's enough. But we have a laugh because it's heavy. You see? That's the thing. I could sit here and I could show you abuse after abuse after abuse after abuse. I could show you all that stuff and we could just sit here and do that every single day. But then we would all want to go jump off a bridge. And we don't want to cause that either. So how do we talk about these topics and make it so that people want to listen to them? And honestly, something like OnPassive can be a godsend because it's comedy in itself. You know? Hello, Capone. Good to see you. But this was a post posted by somebody in OnPassive in which they were a little bit upset, obviously, with what's been going on. And they said, nothing will happen. All the leaders and YouTubers tell lies after lies to earn money. They should be beaten with a slipper. A slipper, I tell you. I'm going to beat them with a slipper. I was like, well, at least that won't hurt too much. Think of Chris Johnson nude. That will clear your mind. Oh, my. Might make me sick. We don't want that. We had to bring our buddy on, so our company is moving in a new direction towards its goal. I'm fine. How about you? Are you fine? Are you sure? Because usually when people go, I'm fine, fine usually means like I'm not actually fine. I just don't want to talk about it. So I'm just going to say I'm fine. At least that's what I was taught. So I don't know. Not the slipper, I know. I was like, you should use a hairbrush instead. Mr. Gouda looks a bit sad. This isn't Mr. Gouda. This one is Mr. Veta. Mr. Praveed Veta. He's a dude with the long name. But he puts his tag as a Veta at least, so I feel like that helps us. But don't worry. I knew that you were going to get excited for Mr. Gouda, Violet. And I included this one just for you. I was like, I have to go and find us a Mr. Gouda post because I got to deliver the Gouda to my community. They really love their Gouda. I am Ash, and I'm born to change your life. Success with Ash Mufareh. Humanity first. Change the world. I love you 100% or rock on. I don't know. Some people say it stands for I love you. Some people say it's the rock on signal. However you want to put it. 100%. Actually, in the hands of a mom, the slippers turn into a deadly weapon. Oh, yeah? You ever been beat with a hairbrush? That's where I got it from, my dude. Okay. It's okay. They look very, very similar. It's the mustaches. It is. And sometimes the other guy has, like, poofier hair, too. So I think that's what it is. Just don't beat anyone with my wife's size 11 pups. It will be in the hospital. I'm also a size 11. I have very, very big feet. And yeah, you don't want my shoes either. You know? Violet's all happy now. Also, yeah, we had to include them. My mom never threw anything at me. Well, that's good. That's good. You don't want a story like that. Paris Hilton, really? I guess she's super tall, isn't she? So that would make sense. Usually when you're tall, you do have larger feet. I'm only 5'9", but like, I got me some feet. Breezy wears a 15? Jesus Christ, don't get kicked by her. We need her slipper if we're gonna. But Gouda has the reddish hair. Yes, but sometimes you can't see Gouda's reddish hair. He's not usually this front and center with us. I was kind of like, oh wow, he's close up today. Sometimes when he's like back, and like, I don't know, I feel like there's almost more red in it today than before. Maybe he added some in. Because there was a time when he also had dark hair. And then it would be very hard to tell them apart because they have kind of the same mustache and then the dark hair. And when they're like little and you can't see them because they put themselves little sometimes in the meme, you know? What's with the mark on his hand? Is he going? He's gonna get us. I don't know. I maybe we shouldn't be fearful of that. We're over here worried about the slipper, and in the meantime, Ash is gonna smite us with this damn hand. You know what the hell? Did you play sports? I did not play any sports that. Well, I did wrestling. I wrestled in high school, but I was more of a theater girl, believe it or not. I know. I bet you're shocked. I never had a drop of coffee, and I never did either. I didn't like coffee. I have a very plain palate, and I don't do spicy food, and I did not do coffee, and I still technically don't really do coffee by itself. You know, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe that was it. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was like into my 30s, probably like 32. I've only been drinking it for a few years now. You know? So there's that. There's that. I do mochas because I need some chocolate with my coffee because I still don't really like the taste of coffee. I'm still kind of like, not my favorite thing. And I don't like teas. I have a very plain palate. Maybe it's the autism. I don't know. I'm just finding that out. But I do have a poem for you. My segues today are psycho. Segues, and I can't do it today. These are awful. Oh. But OnPassive Blessing family posted up a nice little poem for us. Oh, News 12, the world of all of us. Oh, News 12, touched our heart. Oh, News 12, our future path. Oh, News 12, success and humanity. Thanks, Booze. Thanks, Boo Boo. I was like, okay. You're welcome, I guess. But you drink it by the liter. Now I do, yes. I do. Now I do like coffee. Mainly in the winter, though. And I like my ice caps. My ice caps in the summer. Thanks, Booze. Is it Halloween already? I hope so. Because the other way that you would call someone a boo is like, hey, boo. What you doing tonight, boo? You know? Like hitting on you. It's like a lovey-dovey kind of thing that you would call someone. Like I jokingly call my husband boo, you know? That kind of thing. So I hope it's not that one. I like the idea of it being a ghost instead. And they should completely ghost and just go away with this scam. Thanks, Booze. Yeah, I was like, that was a weird ending. Okay. All right. Thanks, Booze. It's thrown right in there. Taller than your dad? Man, 6'5"? Yeah. Yeah. That's taller than everybody's dad. OnPassive founders. I don't know why Chris Johnson is handing out massages, but I mean, if you're interested, I guess you could go grab one. Great massage. Mr. Chris Johnson, Keep eye on OES update section. Heart, 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 heart. So there's that. The fuck is a leader? Don't start talking about kilos or some other voodoo bullshit. I don't do kilos either. I don't know them. I'm not, as we know, I'm not very good at math. That includes measurements, and I'm not the best at that either. I didn't know I was short until college. Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with being short. Tanya had to come on. Tanya always has to come on. But she had to come on today to say,
Ash is live on Chris's Live, and you can listen to him.
and I was like, oh, joy. Awesome. Can't wait to go and listen to, Ash on Chris's Live. I'm so glad that he finally made his appearance, as he promised to make an appearance in September. We haven't seen Ash since August 21st. That was the last time that we saw him. So it has been almost a month. He said that he would show up sometime in September to deliver the great news about the new direction company and when it was going to be launching, the Cult of Ash. So I, of course, ran my little butt over to go and see Ash Mufareh on Chris Johnson's stream. And I was met with this.
I don't need to be rich. I just want it a little bit better than what I have now. I want to know that when I do die someday, and because he's talking about his age again, which drives me crazy, I just want to know that my family will be able to take on this legacy and continue this, and they're going to be okay. See, he's not worried about millions of dollars or whatever people say, or boats or yachts. All he wants is a little bit better than what he has now.
And now he'll never get it because you have taken him away from being able to grow and try to go and do better and get a legacy for himself. And you have put him into this to help build Ash Mufareh's legacy. And that legacy ain't going nowhere. It's in a standstill. It got shut down by the SEC. So you're not helping, you're hindering every single person in this from ever being able to do better for themselves. That's what these things do. They stunt growth.
He explained to me where he lives, it's extremely hot. He goes, we can't always run the air conditioner because it costs a lot of money. We don't always eat as good as we should because they make sacrifices, all right, to survive. Get down from there, dog. I got a dog again. And it not only made my heart really get soft, but it also humbled me. Thinking, here's a guy, he's in his 80s. He's not thinking about himself. He's thinking about his family. And this is who I love, people like this. There's a lot of you out there that, some of you may be thinking about yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's putting his family saying, man, I want it just a little bit better, Chris. I don't need to be rich.
Right? He doesn't look well. Like, I don't know what's going on with his eyes. He really has to get that checked.
Just a little bit better. And I can't guarantee, I would say to him, hold on. Brother Ash, I'm live right now.
I know you're, yes, I have a minute. I know you're live. I don't know if you have me.
Yeah, you think?
And I was like, fucking seriously? Seriously? This is Ash live on Chris's show? And I was like, this better not be his appearance in September. We need a Marty update. Can't believe the OnPassive people not checking on him. I gave one yesterday. Marty is doing a lot better. Marty has lost a bunch of weight, and he is recovering. He might still need to go to a hospital again, like a recovery center again, to finish that recovery. But as of right now, he's starting to sleep again. He's finally getting sleep again. He hasn't gotten sleep since Easter. Like, he actually hasn't been able to sleep an actual full night since Easter. In the past week, he has been getting actual sleep again. So apparently he is calling Zach up and asking him to come visit, and he's very, very in good spirits right now. So I want that to continue for him. I would like that to continue. I don't want anything to happen to him. I feel like it's before his time. He needs to leave these cults and then go enjoy his grandchildren for a while before he goes. That's what we want for Marty. That's what we hope for everybody in these things. I don't cover these things because, I know we poke fun at these guys and whatnot, but I'm not out here I fucking hate Chris Johnson and I want him to burn. Ah! No. I really do want them to wake up. It's just sometimes people like this don't wake up. They just go further and further into it. Super scammers, that's right. It's just bullshit. They can never I know. Isn't it weird? Did you get an off feeling? The way we're gonna watch the whole thing in a second, but the way that the call came in just now, and then he's like, "Oh wow, Ash, I'm live," and it just feels again like one beat off, I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, he didn't know, I'm sure." He's like, "Oh yeah, I was watching." I'm like, "Ugh, really?" It's annoying. It's annoying. Marty's been in the hospital. This is his 5th time in the hospital. He was having a lot of health issues. His oxygen got to be really, really low. He almost passed away a couple times. It was pretty serious. He's been rushed into the hospital 5 times by ambulance, I believe. Or at least a few times by ambulance in that. Maybe his family drove him once or twice. But yeah, no, it's been really, really serious stuff. We almost lost Marty. Marty got booted out of OnPassive, and he's in Lighthearted, which we covered yesterday and the day before, with Randy and Larry Lane, Terry LaCour's company. The LaCour Enterprises. It's fuck, they've been the bane of my existence, fucking Melissa, Texas. Since the fucking beginning of my career, so sure, let's go. So yeah, he joined that one, and then basically, while he was going through the issues, going in and out of the hospital, is when they booted him out of OnPassive, and I think the stress of that also did not help him at all. I'm just saying. So we kind of hung back on Marty. When somebody's going through something like that, I don't think it's smart to go forward and cover them and try to stress them out more. We just don't want to add to the stress. That's not what we're doing here. We want to put pressure on the scammers sometimes, but not when they're going in and out of the hospital. I just feel like it's very unclassy to cover people that are dealing with serious health issues. You don't need to do that. So we haven't really been going hard on Marty at all lately. I want him to get better. And then if he gets better and then starts scamming with Lev.ai more, we'll have to cover him again. But we'll deal with that when that comes. It's okay, Sam. You hate the AI twins? Yeah. Yeah, that's the Lev.ai. So him and Robin joined that one, and because she got booted out too. So that was weird. I still don't really understand everything, but they haven't told us. Hey, Scam Jan, plenty of founders to stress out. Yep, that's exactly it. Gives us time to go and talk about all the other people.
They can hear you right now.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I'll leave you do your thing, but
even that. Okay, so Ash is apparently watching him live. And then Chris is like, they can hear you right now. Oh, okay. You didn't know? You know that if you call right now, he's going to put you on speakerphone. Come on.
I was listening, and you're right. Everything is spot on. Thank you. It's very clear. The first survey was literally checking if anybody's home. If we're just doing head count and the level of interest. Now we're talking about, okay, sounds like most of you still around. Survey 2 is who qualifies and who's actually ready, and prepare them mentally to go.
Well, I did another survey. If you go to the beginning of my stream here, we went through it.
To the next phase. This is getting practical. This is actual action. We're not talking about, a few months ago, we said change is necessary.
Yes, sir.
Change is already happening now. And as you just said, within 14 letters, we've seen so much change, improvement.
Absolutely.
And what is coming is far beyond what we've ever prepared for, because I'm blown away how people are still engaged and very loyal.
So are we. We're also blown away. We're also blown away. Spencer's blown away with his whole community as to why are people still engaged and still loyal. That's what we're all saying. We're all, even he's like, what the heck? Why are they all still here? You know?
So I want to thank you. And I want to thank everybody who's listening and your entire 3 followers.
No, I think it is Ash. I don't think that Chris Johnson is not intelligent enough and doesn't have the tech skills to make an AI Ash call in. I promise you. That would, if Marty was still around, maybe I would have been like, yeah, it could be. But Chris doesn't have any of that ability at all. He can barely make a video. I'm pretty sure he has everyone else make videos for him. So no, it's Ash. It's just, if this is his appearance, I'm going to be so pissed, guys. He better show up in like the next 12 days and address them like he promised he would and tell them what's happening. All right, I'm sick of this shit. We've done this 17 times. Like, stop doing that. Don't do that to them. You know, I don't know. Maybe the real issue here, Susie, is their zodiac. Maybe that's what we got to start attacking. Okay. Lord, though, he better show up in person and actually tell them what's about to come. He said, I'm going to do that by the end of September. And then they're supposed to be launching, like they have supposed to have been launching for the last 7 years, but this is the big one, you know? How many more times are we doing this?
All right, I love you, man. I gotta go. But
Hey,
this is incredible.
you know what?
I'm just excited as you are.
I appreciate it, because sometimes I don't know how to word things. You're pretty good at wording things. Everyone's excited you're on
It's
here.
very simple.
Yeah.
Listen. We're seeing who qualifies, who's a fit to go with
Who's
us to a higher ground. We're moving. Okay, we wanted to see if this crowd is still, hot or responsive.
Are you guys hot?
It is hot. It is hotter than we thought. Much hotter than we thought. I love you, man. Take care. God bless you and everyone.
Have a great one. I love you, brother. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you go. Unexpected. I guess he was listening.
Yeah, unexpected. I'm so sure. That seemed unexpected to you guys? Or did that seem like a planned thing that they said that they'd pretend was unexpected? That's like when Ash was apparently doing a surprise visit to their live streams. Like, what the hell, you know? Marty used Lev AI to create a twin of Ash and set it to speak English and called Chris from his hospital bed. If he did that to troll him, that would be hilarious, I do have to say. Like, if that ever happened in future for real, but it was like a troll call, I would have to laugh my ass off at that. I would not be able to not. We would definitely be into that. I legit hate those twins. They're selling nothing. That's right. Still waiting for the ash bomb. So am I, Rick. We've been waiting a long time. I feel like we're going to be waiting at least another 8 years. I don't know why. I feel like it will be at least another 8 years, but something just tells me that, we're probably not going to see anything for at least 8 years. Also, Lev AI is the greatest AI product ever. I mean, the funny thing is, we have seen more of a product from Lev AI than we have from them. If this product appears in this back office and everything launches all around the world on Monday, like they say it will, they will have beat OnPassive. They won. We were seeing who was going to win. Of course, it was planned. He's a silly cowboy. I'm waiting for the rotators. I know. Now, what happened to Rotator? We haven't heard about that in a while, eh? Did they forget about it already? The AI is massive. But yeah, no, I feel like this was a planned call.
Into me, and I try to break things down a little bit, and he came in and clarified, which I love, man. And Brother Ash, thank you very much for that. Always helps me. Hey, listen, I can always use help explaining things. Sometimes I might not get it the way you understand it, but that's one thing that I really want to hold value to all of you is I want you to understand this. You just heard what he said. He wants people to fit this company.
I feel like Chris just told us that he wants everyone to look at him like he's someone that can explain this stuff to them. Just saying.
Good people, ethical people. We understand. Listen, I understand. This is Chris Johnson now. I understand there's...
Were we speaking to somebody else before? Chris? Chris, who was in your body before just now, if not you?
Other things that are happening on online world. I get it. Totally get it. But I'm going to tell you, Chris Johnson said, this company is the only place that you're really going to make it.
Well, Chris Johnson's word doesn't mean shit, as you've seen, so take it with a grain of salt.
And I tell people, don't waste your money on things. Some things that are out there already been around for a long time, and people are excited about it, and I'm not sure why, but that's okay. But I'm telling you right now, you heard what he...
No, they're pretending to ignore it.
Just said, do you fit this company? Do you qualify for this company? The pruning will continue. All right, these are his words. He wants to make this the greatest ethical company in the world. He
wants to make this the greatest ethical company in the world. The pruning is going to continue. So after they rounded up all these people and took $97 US from all of them, now they have to prove their worthiness in order to be there.
He wants to create success in everyone. Like I was talking about my buddy there. He just wants a little bit more success. And I think, isn't that what most people just really want? A little bit more? Sure, all the other stuff that comes in is a bonus. But if you join this company, and I know you're all gonna, because I seen the stats that he sent me, and I kept saying, holy cow, 5 minutes later, 50 minutes later, Chris, another 5,000. Oh my God, I'm blown away by that. Now.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, and by the way, he was sending me the stats the whole time. I'm his right-hand man.
I don't, like, you heard what Ash says. He said, I still, it's hard to believe there's so many people that are still involved in this and still are loyal to this company. Okay? That, to me, is amazing. That, to me, is I know the individuals. I know thousands of people. I can't tell you all their names. Most of them are on here, have been loyal to Ash Mufareh. We don't tell you not to do this or not to do that. We kind of give you a little bump and a warning that, don't waste your money. But this is the place it's all going to happen, guys. News 15? No idea. No idea. But
it's so funny how they do this. What is the company called? I don't know. What are we going to sell? I don't know. How are we going to make money here? I don't know, but I promise you it is the only place you need to be. Like, okay. The fuck? Like, you don't know anything about it, but you know it's going to be successful. That sounds sus. Lord, I've been on both ends. I've been conned by a snake oil salesman, and I've attempted to become a snake oil salesman. Absolutely takes a certain personality type to thrive. Empathy and honesty are detriments, exactly. Yes. Some people can be persuaded and manipulated into becoming this type of person, but I do wonder if you need to already have some kind of preconceived ability to, I don't know if it's just like put those feelings aside or like what it is. You know? That's kind of what we're doing here and trying to figure it out. Because I've seen some really good people who I know can be honest and have empathy end up turning into complete manipulators in this type of thing. And it's like, how do you take a good person like that, manipulate them into these things, somehow change who they are because their identity becomes this instead of who they are? And then it's like they become this new Hunbot, as we call it, that's like this robotic person just slinging whatever it is that the scam's selling. And then they get so entranced that they're like going from scam to scam because it's almost like something in their brain breaks and they don't know how to do anything else after that. And it's like, what is that? What is going on over here? How do we stop this from happening to people? The fuck, you know? And it's like a mixture of all kinds of things, and it's kind of difficult because it's very much also a per-person basis, right? Everybody's different. Everybody has a different breaking point, and everybody has a different amount of stress that they can take, and, you know, and it's always kind of, we're always kind of trying to figure out how can we help stop this from happening in a way that helps as many people as we can. Well, everyone's so different. And it affects everyone in different ways. And it depends on the scam and the person being scammed and who the leader is. It's just a lot. But it's like, there has to be a way. No one has inside information except Chris Johnson. That's what he wants you to think, right? It's like, Lord, something's fishy. Mm-hmm. I tried sales once, just couldn't do it. A lot of people can't do it because it's very high pressure and very like go, 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 go. You know, I was okay in sales because I can really talk. I can really talk for a really long time, as we know. And I, you know, when I was selling actual decent products and legit companies, it wasn't hard to talk them up. To be like, yeah, I work for Bell Canada. We're the #1 phone company in all of Canada, named after the guy that created the telephone. You know, it was his company actually. So you should probably buy the company that the guy that created the telephone made. You know, if you're going to get telephone service, and that kind of thing is easy to sell. And, you know, prices are a little steep, but it is kind of the best telephone service in Canada. At least over on in these parts anyway. But then when I joined MLMs, that was like the disconnect for me. As well as it was like, I don't feel good about this the same way. It's not giving me the same sales high, as we call it. You know, I'm not... I feel like I'm being forced to hide things from people, and then I'm tricking them to come in. And that's like the opposite of everything I was taught. New slogan. We do not know. It's their new motto. Right? News brings in a ton of revenue. I know.
For him to call me on a live and explain some things was pretty darn amazing. Look at him. Well, if you're watching, Brother S, they're all going crazy on here. You brought my number up a little bit.
Yep. You brought my number up a little bit. And I think Chris just told us what he's here for. So that's good. Thanks for doing that, Chris. That was very helpful for me. True colors are starting to seep through. You know, you can only hide them for so long. Greed is a sin for a reason. I'm not religious, but fair. You know? It's how MK Ultra and Voice to Skull work. It's how all of them work. It's all the exact same coercive control tactics being used across the board. Universal. That's what sucks. Hello there. Good to see you, the person hated more than Danny. And Stockholm Syndrome afterwards. Well, Stockholm Syndrome is very, very kind of specific to where you feel empathy for the person that did it for you, to the point where you don't want to speak out about them or hurt them in any way. People with Stockholm Syndrome will often refuse to, testify in the court case against the person, and they'll actually get mad at the police for wanting to arrest them in a bad situation like that. So I don't think it's Stockholm Syndrome. It's almost like its own version of a battered woman syndrome in a weird way. And I wouldn't call it that either. But there is a period that you go through after you leave these high control groups, no matter what kind it is, where you don't really know, because you've been told you're the problem. And I think that's what kind of adds to that. You're told the whole time that it didn't work because you're not working hard enough. You're not, joining enough Facebook groups. You're not manipulating enough people into being your friend. So you leave almost, at first you're kind of like, wow, I failed that. That was my fault. And you don't see that, no, it was them that manipulated you into this thing. And it takes a little bit to kind of piece that together. It really is a recovery process. No company name, no product list, so all is well. I could do tech sales if I wanted. Probably, yeah. But for a legit company, right? That's what I mean. See, you do have to have a decent product. One that the person selling it would feel good standing behind. And that's the issue with these MLMs. None of them do. But then they want these people to continuously sell them 20 hours a day. It's like, okay, well then actually come up with something good then. Jesus. I know my shortcomings, and I absolutely only did well because of outward appearances and men being shallow. Well, that does work. I have seen that before. I couldn't wear a short skirt with fishnets. Why not, Joe? You don't got the legs for it? I think you do. You'd probably be fine. Beauty and the Beast with Stockholm Syndrome, right? I mean, technically, yeah, a little bit. Exactly. Sales is tricky. If you aren't conning people, they think you're not working hard enough or not caring enough. Yeah, and even normal sales can get a little bit toxic in that sense. There's lots of toxic sales environments. I've been in a couple, but I've looked out pretty much. But here in MLMs, it's like they take that and they just crank it up. They crank it way up to 100, It's like the whole thing is about that. Worshipping the perpetrator, God Ash, yes. Yes, like all cults worship their leader. Right? And it's funny because, not all the MLMs have the leader worship. This is only the special ones that really have the leader worship. They all have it to a slight degree where it's like, that's the CEO of the company, the founder, the creator, whatever they call them. And they're really great. And it's wonderful when they come out and give us good news. But most MLMs don't take it to the, they're a messiah. This one's taking it to that point. And it was really early on. It was quite early on in it. Sucks. Susie's excited. That's what we have next on the docket. Susie is always excited.
Hey everyone, it's Susie McCrae. Just a really brief video here on my thoughts about O News 12.
Susie, blink twice really hard in the next video to tell us if you need us to come save you from this hostage situation. The hell is this?
To me, it was very, very, very clear. Ash Mufareh has been talking about the new vehicle and that we're getting into the new vehicle that is bringing us to the vision, to the big, bold, beautiful dream. So we have...
What do you mean, Scam Chan? What money? You mean the $4 million fine that he paid? That's all it was. At least that's what he told all of them. He only had to pay a $4 million fine. That was it. And he already paid that. And then he told them that he wasn't in trouble or anything. It was just a little fine that he's already paid. So they don't have to worry about that or anything. Don't worry, it's launching soon.
The old vehicle that is still there.
O News 12. We haven't reacted to OnPassive in 9 days. This is her last video.
You can still go look at it. You can go look at the odometer if you want. You can go look at maybe the flat tire. You can go back there as information you need on that old vehicle only. But none of that old vehicle is going with us on the journey.
We're really hunkering down on the vehicle analogies here. We love it. Get in Mufareh's creepy van. Susie looks crazy and sick. She does in this one, right? It's crazy.
It's got its place. Okay, so if you start thinking about that, the purpose I feel on these O News, and this is my opinion, is Ash is preparing us to the new vehicle, and the old vehicle will still be over there, but that's its purpose, the old stuff.
Why are you talking to us like this again, Susie? I can't tell if it's because you think everyone watching you is stupid and so they need you to talk like really slow and clearly to ensure that they understand, or if it's because like you are being very careful about what you're saying and you don't know how to do that and seem natural, right? So it's coming out like this, basically. Thank you, Baron, for being a member for 14 months. Happy FriYAY.
We're not going to be bringing any parts of that old vehicle into the new magnificent vehicle.
What was that?
Why would we? The old vehicle served its purpose.
We gotta go back a little bit. That was hilarious. She like got all close.
Magnificent vehicle.
I don't know what that was. That was creepy.
Vehicle. Why would we? The old vehicle served its purpose. Now we're on to the new.
Could you, Susie, maybe in the next video, explain what that purpose was? Because after I recorded this, I sat there for a moment going, served its purpose. I wonder what they think the purpose is. Other than starting the cult, I don't know what purpose, It's weird.
Don't want to intertwine it. Would you go back and take a piece off of that old vehicle and put it on the new vehicle? No.
So forget about the past. Forget about the commissions that were promised. Forget about all of it. We're starting fresh. Like Chris here says, you're not going to be bringing any money that you paid from the old vehicle. You get 0 trade-in value. And that's the thing. That's, the issue here. Is now it's like they just forget about all the stuff that was promised over the last 8 years to them. Because this is a fresh new thing. And Ash then is trying to make it so that he can take as little accountability possible. This is why he wanted to settle. I guess his lawyers finally basically told him, like, listen, if you go to court with these guys and they win, it will be like you'll have to publicly admit to everyone that you like lost this thing and that you have to shut this thing down and blah, blah, blah. But if we settle, we can keep it more hush-hush. Right? And then you also won't have to pay back the whole 108 mil. We can kind of come to an agreement on the amount. Probably won't be anywhere near that, and it wasn't, right? Even the like 32 million he has to pay back isn't anywhere near 108. And it just sucks. It's him rewriting the history, which they've done the whole time. Just this is a big one, You keep thinking every time that they do this, well, there's no way they'll be able to rewrite this. There's no way that they'll be able to get through this. There's no way that people will see this and still stay here, and yet it just keeps happening.
So it's time for everyone in their minds to think of it that way. It's there. It served its purpose. You can go.
The show says it got people into the scam. Now the purpose is to keep people in the scam.
Look at that old vehicle. Any information about that old vehicle is still going to be in the OES. And the good news is we're going to be going into the new vehicle a whole new different way.
A whole new different way. But I bet, as King is saying here, pretty much, it will also involve a buy-in. Right? New company, new buy-in. I mean, he can't really ask them for another buy-in for the old company. They already bought it. So he actually would have to give them a product before he could take their money again. He starts a brand new company, he can trick them with a buy-in again without probably giving them a product first. I mean, as you can see, they don't need a product to be here. It's kind of like they're also showing him what they'll put up with and they don't realize it. So he keeps fucking them over more and more and more.
How is that going to happen? I don't know, but I'm sure we're going to hear soon.
Why are you there waiting for something that you don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, or even what it is? All you can tell me is that it's Ash Mufareh doing it, and he's some messiah that's here to save humanity.
And remember the words from Ash Mufareh.
Can't forget them. You guys keep bringing them up every 2 seconds.
It's not all necessary to know all the details and all the pieces.
We're not asking to know all of the details and all the pieces. We're asking you to tell us what we paid for. I mean, I didn't personally pay, but I'm like including myself as an O-founder for this purpose of this point. Like you pay money, you're supposed to get products, you're supposed to be in a business, haven't gotten any of that. The very least you could do is explain what the fuck this is. Like, that's the least you can do if you expect them to stay here. Tell them what they're a part of. What are you supporting? Do you know? How do you not know that? Like, how do you... Like, Ash could be running an entire sex trafficking ring right now. Using your money to fucking fund it. And then you're an idiot sitting here on your couch making videos. All safe. Good for you. Those girls aren't. And you're all like, oh, he's an amazing man. And we don't care what he's doing. But we should all just support it. That's why you need to fucking know what's going on. All right? You don't just join groups of people and then just start doing whatever they're doing without being like, what are we doing here? What is the purpose of this? What is the point? Lord.
It's to understand that where we're going and getting there. So more
And we're going to the promised land.
and more, I truly believed is going to be revealed. And I got to say, Ash, magnificent.
This is also a tactic for wanting to be somebody's messiah. The truth will be revealed soon. I am the beholder of all truth.
Love that word. That is a great, great word. I'm so glad.
Congratulations,
you used it.
Ash.
Anyway, just really quick, everyone has to start gearing in, read these old news again and again, and understand we are going in the new vehicle. Okay?
Okay.
The old vehicle's off to the side. It's there should you want to go look at it. But it's not coming with us on the journey. Okay. Anyway, love you all. Mwah.
Hey, don't consent. Tell you every time, Susie. I don't consent to this. I really don't. Oh, about some fans. Jeanne is just crazy. All right. And everything is the best thing that Jeanne has ever seen.
Hi everyone, it's Jeanne. I'm back from a family trip and I've been catching up on all the messages and the Facebook posts and the O News 13 and a follow-up to O News 13 that our CEO Ash Mufareh has so graciously put into the back office.
If there is anyone in this company that shows you that this is a cult, it is doe-eyed Jeanne Alleva over here. There's a cult eye gloss that people get when they're brainwashed, where it is almost like there's a gloss that comes over their eyes. And Jeanne is the one person in this cult that has had that gloss for a little while now that you can really, really see it in just by looking at her face and hearing her speak about this. And it's kind of like eerie in a way.
And I think at this point, it's just really, really critical. There's a lot of stuff floating around out there. People, saying a lot of things, maybe taking actions that I wouldn't take. And
what would Jeanne do? I mean, you don't have to change the letters. It's still WWJD. Okay?
I think it's just a time to really, really focus on what Ash is posting in the back office. Read it again and again until you really absorb that nothing from the old company is coming forward. This is something completely new.
This is something completely new. Reminds me of an online carnival barker without the charisma. I mean, Susie, right? Jeanne's out of her damn mind. Wonder if she ever talked about her husband X like this, right? Mm-hmm.
And it's really time for us to wait for the new information, not speculate, not think or speak about what we think things might be, because it's going to be something we can't even imagine. So let's just know that we are focused on this vision as we always have been, that our CEO will keep us informed, and we just need to stay the course, as Red says, and stick together, stay loyal to this amazing man, Ash Mufareh, and the vision, which has never changed. Hang in there.
Hang in there, she says. Hanging in there with Jeanne. What would Jeanne do? Don't do anything that she wouldn't do. But everything is just so amazing that Ash has done, and everything that he posts in the back office is the most amazing message that she has ever seen. And oh my God, everyone that whenever they speak about OnPassive, it's also amazing. Everything is just so wonderful and marvelous over here. Look at the butterflies. Do you see those pretty butterflies? Look at the butterflies. Like, that's my thoughts on Jeanne. Like, she's just loopy. Loopy lady. Next on the docket, we got Andy Burks. No, I mean Jerk.
We've had a couple of meetings with our esteemed CEO recently, and
oh, don't worry, Andy. You're a very special boy too. You're a very special boy, Andy. Yeah, it's not just Chris that talks to Ash. You have meetings behind the scenes with Ash too. Oh, everybody in the comments say, Andy, you're a special boy.
The first one, prior to the first meeting, we had a survey put out into our back office. Now, the question was asked of the tech team, you know, what software do we use?
What tech team?
We go from here? The tech team said, leave it with us. We'll put that together. And within a couple of hours, they had a survey all sorted out in the.
No, I didn't. There's a post about her cutting her own hair. Oh my God, she's further into the insanity than we thought. Jeanne, put the scissors down. We don't do this when we're stressed. This is how you end up with super short bangs, Jeanne. I learned that at like the age of 12. Don't do this, Jeanne.
Back office, all done, dusted, dealt with. Then we find that when we've organised the meeting, Mr. Ash has organised a meeting.
Well, I mean, these people's company. They're his company.
The question was put to him about utilising one of the rotator services. And again, he asked the tech team, which one out of these rotator services would you suggest? And they said, leave it with us. And lo and behold, in a few hours, they've created one. But it's unlimited.
Oh my God.
Now,
they can make unlimited surveys, guys. They can make as many surveys as they want. And you can fill out the survey as many times as you want. It's amazing.
If this doesn't excite you in the fact that who we've got working with Ash.
Imagine being this guy's like girl and he's like, if this doesn't excite you
right now, then I don't know what will, because they've created something from nothing in hours.
They created something from nothing. What do you think people are doing when they're creating products? Do you think that they get like a starter kit or something? What the fuck, Andy?
Bob and Collins and Oliver will tell you.
Oh my God, the people that work in tech, they actually create tech. It's insanity. I can't believe that people in IT can create software. My mind is fucking blowing. It's nuts. It's like, did you know that people that work in coding AI can code AI? I mean, I've never heard of such. It's just nuts, craziness.
Normally, you know, when you're putting software together, it takes years, not hours.
Years, okay? It takes 17 years to put a software together. That's how long we're going to have to be here before Ash can release one that these people can sell legally, thanks to the SEC. So, I mean, it's at least 17 years.
This is, for me, incredible. Now, I don't know very much about software, and I'm certainly not a software engineer. But if they can do that in a couple of hours, what else are they putting together in the...
Whoa, if they can make a survey within a couple of hours, what else are they putting together? Would you believe, Andy? Would you believe it if I told you that there are people that can do that? They've been doing that for years. You'd be surprised. There are people that build computers from scratch. When I was 12, my 14-year-old boyfriend at the time built a computer himself, every single piece of it, and built an entire computer. I mean, he wasn't even in IT. It's amazing what people can do.
Background. That's the question we should be asking. Now, we also know that Mr. Ash wants to get to stage 10 before he tells us about stage 1, and there's a very good reason.
I wonder if they will ever learn about Google or Microsoft Forms. I believe that they found Google and Microsoft Forms, and that's kind of how they've gotten their survey. You only need to tweak a couple of things in order to get it to the survey.
For that, because at the end of the day, words have been twisted in the past and misconstrued, so we don't want any of that in the future. But I believe our future is bright. I nearly said our future is orange. That's an advert. No, we won't go there.
Our future is orange.
Our future is bright, and interestingly enough, with what they've put together recently, gives us a...
Joe, thank you for being a member for 53 months. But Ash is sitting on 50 products ready to go from October 2020. That's right. That's right. You know, Spencer represented you in his video. As soon as he was like, this guy was supposed to have 50 products ready to go in 2020, I was like, that's what Joe says every day.
Very, very good indication of what our future is going to be like, based on the fact that it's
that's Joe's line.
Couple of hours, for crying out loud. What a...
Since my birth on here almost, Joe became a community member and mod for me like only a couple months after I started my channel. Joe's been here since the beginning. Oh, the things Joe has seen. And the shit that Joe has been made to go through just for supporting someone speaking out about cults. Joe's full of shit. He's cheating the system. Albus is just a little jealous. It's okay.
They've been doing in the background. The other point I want to raise, and I've done this before, so excuse me.
Really? Have you ever raised a good point before, though? Because I don't think so. Maybe you've raised a point, but has it been a good one?
If you've heard it before, but I think it is a very important point. All the stuff that's gone on in the past is all over the internet. Now, what's happened is Mr. Ash has got a team behind him of top experts. They know, they have seen this stuff on the internet. They know what's been going on. And yet they still want to work with this guy.
I don't know if it is all over the internet. I don't know if people know to Google the company and the word scam to see if it's a scam before they decide to work with it. I'm starting to think that maybe not. I mean, there are people that will literally join a company and support people before they even know who they are or what they're standing for or what they're joining, what they have to sell, right? So I feel like a bunch of people are just walking around here just not even thinking ever.
They still want to create his vision. That should tell you lots and lots of things.
And it's a little bit different, the tech team. Ash would have to hire, even if he hired someone off Fiverr or whatever it's called, Fiverr. The thing is that they just do the job that they get paid to do. And as long as he has the money and pays them, they're like, yeah, I'll do that job. Not often, like over and over again, I'll see YouTubers that have a sponsor that's a scam. Because they don't even look into it before they decide to like go on their channel and tell everyone else to go join it. I've seen that 1,000,000 times on here in the past 6 years. Some people don't care as long as they get paid the money for the job that they're doing. They don't look into it beyond that. They just go, oh, well, you're still here. Say you're going to pay me, so everything must be fine. As long as I get my money, I don't care what you're doing. That's an issue. Don't do that. But also, I don't know if that means anything. You're all here supporting it, and it's a giant fucking scam that the SEC shut down, and Ash has an 8-year director's bar on him. So, like, I don't know why it would be any different from someone saying, look at all these people that are here supporting this person. Obviously, this man is who he says he is. And now in society, I hope that everyone's coming around to the fact that people aren't always who they say that they are. And that maybe just because someone is famous, or maybe just because someone has a large following, that doesn't automatically mean that you should just think that they're the most amazing person in the world and then start following them. That's not what that means. Don't do that.
So thank you, guys. Thank you, Marcienne. Back to you.
Back to you. I love the back to you, so I can't lie. Just saying. Fiverr, the high tech team. High because they're high on drugs, probably. That's why they don't care. If they Googled Ash, they are wondering if they'll get paid. Who are we kidding? Ash has no money to hire anyone. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue who's working for him and what. Now, I don't even know why he needs someone working for him if he has his master's in information technology, and he apparently was so smart as a young child at a computer camp that his teachers thought that he would be the next computer genius. I don't even know why he needs a tech team. Couldn't he do a survey on his own? You would think so. Especially non-English speaking people have no clue about SEC and FTC. Andy is hallucinating. That's the other thing. The SEC is in the USA. Okay? So if you're outside of the USA, you don't know the SEC exists. I know it may seem really crazy to Americans, people that live in the USA, but some people don't know anything about your country. They don't know anything about it. They don't know that these agencies exist. They don't know that there's even a place that keeps track of scams that go on. So they might not think to Google that and to look it up. So no, not everybody is aware. It's not just like, all you have to do is Google him. Some people, and also your Google results are based on where you are. If you're in India and you Google Ash Mufareh, you're going to have a whole bunch of things pop up saying that he is building the next big tech giant. You are not going to have the SEC case pop up right away for you. It'll be on the second page. Ash is also paying to have his SEO results go well. How? I don't know. How is he making money? Good question. Maybe that's why no one should be supporting him right now blindly. And the main place that he's paying to ensure that he has good SEO results is in India, is in places outside of the US. The country of Africa. So that's part of the issue here as well. I don't know if it would come up for them even. And like I said, I don't know if they're going to look into it. If you're on Fiverr, like, you can take an anonymous job. They might not even know it's Ash Mufareh. So how would they know to go Google Ash Mufareh? You can make a fake-ass account on a lot of these sort of websites. It's like you can on any website. Pretend to be anyone and then be like, hey, can you make me a survey software? And then that person's probably laughing. Like, how long do you need? 3 years? And the person's probably like, I could do this in 2 days at the longest? Like, and that's if I'm like hardly working on it? Like, what do you mean? Of course they'll take that job. Easy money. If that's how they're taking jobs, especially, right? I think he is vibe coding now. Just ask Ash GPT. AI does coding now, yeah, and you could. You would think that he would have figured that out. I don't know if he did or not, though. That's all the Andy jerk Burks I can take. He stresses me out, guys. He stresses me out. I just find him to be a bit pompous. I think that's what it is. He's just something about him. He seems pompous. I don't think I would like to go to coffee with him. I really don't. Ugh. Silly man. All right, I think we're going to do a commercial break because you guys seem to like the commercial breaks when I do them. And sometimes you guys are like, wait, I really wanted to laugh at the commercial break this Friday, and then you didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? So I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I will make sure to do more commercial breaks. They're like, we need a break from you talking is what it is. So we're going to do a small commercial break, and then when I come back, we're going to be reacting to Red. We're going to be reacting to Collins. We're going to be reacting to Mr. Mike Ellis, by the way, and we're going to be checking in with good old Bill Must, because don't worry, there's still more stuff to do with that. Yay! Today's stream is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The lizard hose is about 30 bucks. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Are you tired of getting screwed over by false promises, bad leadership, and tiny results? Introducing Tiny Dinger Condoms. Trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. The only protection you need when dealing with inflated egos and underwhelming performance. Whether it's a shady MLM pitch, a fake AI company, or a man who tells you he's the lord of the internet. Don't get played, get protected. Tiny Dinger Condoms are OnPassive resistant, 100% scam proof. coated in reality and skepticism for extra protection against cult-like charisma. And hey, if you're gonna get screwed by Ash Mufareh's vision, at least make sure you're wearing something that actually works. Tiny Digger condoms, trademarked a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, for when the product is imaginary, but the disappointment is real. Now available in Founder Frenzy flavor. Tastes like regret and missed refunds. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Is your leader's birthday coming up? Don't just send a card. Send your soul. Introducing Happy Cult Day, the ultimate birthday experience for narcissistic gurus. Because nothing says divine enlightenment like 8 hours of forced gratitude on Zoom. With Happy Cult Day, you'll get a pre-written poem about how your leader changed your life. Access to a 9-hour tribute webinar you're required to attend. A royalty-free song you'll awkwardly sing with 300 other blinking followers. And a limited edition e-card with their face on a beam of light. Because they're just like Jesus, but better. Add on the birthday worship upgrade to include a tribute video of members crying, children chanting their name, and a slideshow of their humble beginnings. Why celebrate you when you can celebrate him? Again, Happy Cult Day, because in a real cult, it's their birthday every day. Side effects may include financial ruin, loss of autonomy, spontaneous chanting, seal clapping, and sudden belief that Ash Mufareh invented the internet. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist's nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsors. Now, back to the live stream. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to a message from today's sponsors. So, I think we're going to react to some Red. He was having kind of a little bit of a pity party, for himself after these recent messages. Because the messages are kind of like, stop speculating, and as they think, it's a nice way to tell them to stop trying to guess what's going on here. And it's just kind of interesting how Red talks about how he's going to censor himself more in future. The cult's coming along nicely, as I keep saying.
What I'm going to do is take parts of it and talk about it more in a business form. Now, one of the things Ash did say, and this was, I don't think it was a particular warning, but it was advice to some of the loudspeakers who do regular lives. Now, obviously, I'm one of those guys. I do very regular lives for this business and for you guys to help you and aid you on your journey through to the next phase. So it is certainly aimed at me, not me personally, but as one of the people that do lives and is one of the loudspeakers. And it, a bit like Susie said on the live today with Julie and Chris, I have had a look at myself, I suppose. And am I at fault of some of the things that were mentioned there? Yeah, probably. I'm not a hype guy, as you well know. I am certainly a straight talking person.
He is not a high guy. So that's good to know that he's not, high on drugs. That's nice to know. He's not a high guy. He's not high up in the scam, as you guys all know, which is funny because there was a time where we thought that Red was the third one in line in this scam. We thought it went kind of like Marty, Chris, Red. And now Red's like, no, I'm not high up in this thing, as you all know. It's like he's been put in his place.
But I do give my opinions. I do, I suppose, speculate a little bit of what my views are on certain topics and subjects. And it is certainly something that I am going to be a lot more mindful of now moving forward as far as our new business is concerned. I shall wait for concrete information before I make any noises about it, rather than giving my views, I suppose, and speculations.
No more views, Red. Listen, you guys are not allowed to have your speculations. You're not allowed to have your views. You're not allowed to guess. But they're going to keep dangling a carrot in front of your face and then telling you that something big is coming soon and that you need to be excited over it and be motivated and that you need to get ready for it. Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
So I will be doing that moving forward. Does it mean to say that what I was doing before was wrong? No, it wasn't. Everything that I do for this business is certainly best intentions, that's for sure. But I think it is also an opportunity for all of us to maybe take a look at ourselves and think, are we actually saying and doing the right things as far as us moving forward? I don't think there's any harm in that whatsoever, of having a good look at yourself sometimes and thinking, is what I'm doing, is what I'm saying the right things to say as far as what we are trying to achieve moving forward? So bear all that in mind, guys. It wasn't a telling off. It was just kind advice from our CEO.
Well, it was a telling off, though, because it had the effect of telling off. Because if you start censoring yourself after these messages, right? Being more careful about what you're going to say, okay? Not like speculating or guessing. Like, I'm not really sure what you could talk about then. Like, what else is there to do? Like in these webinars, like you can't really train anyone then. You can't even talk about the products that might be there. So like, what are you doing then? And if you're now going to go forward and change things about how you're doing this, censoring yourself, being more careful about what you're saying, no matter what you say here, it does appear like you have taken this as kind of like you were being scolded, and now you guys have to change things and try and do better. And who's scolding you? He is. Otherwise, you would have read that and been like, oh, well, I'm not really doing anything wrong. And I think he has kind of a nerve to tell people that they can't speculate when that's literally all they can do here. They don't know anything. He's not telling them anything. And then he's like, oh, but don't speculate. Oh, but get ready and show me you're ready. And to a lot of them, the only way they can really do that is by doing videos. And like being in the chat. What do you say in the chat then? You just say, I love Mr. Ash Mufareh, sir. He's so great. Like, is that what you're supposed to be talking about? How you can't wait for Ash Mufareh's vision, whatever it is? Because it's going to be really silly when all of you are doing all these videos and all of your videos are like, we don't know what the company's called. We don't know what we're selling. We don't know what we're waiting for. All we know is that it's going to be great, which, I mean, you're already kind of doing that. But at this point, like, you'll literally have to say these things, and that's it. That's all you'll be able to say. Anything else beyond that could be seen as speculation. And it seems like you are policing each other and what you can all say, and you're policing yourself. Like, this isn't good. This kind of group conformity in this way is not good. You don't want this. You know? What if he tells you that the only way that you'll be able to make it with this thing is if you leave Jane tomorrow? Would you divorce her? Like, don't start censoring yourself or being careful to not, like, piss him off by speculation when he won't even give you any information. You know? Tell him to hurry up. It's almost the end of August.
For all of us to be...
Sorry, September. Lord.
More mindful, I think, is the right words. But there was 2 words in there that I picked out that I expanded and I'm going to talk about today. And that is speculation and wishful thinking.
Again, that's kind of all you have, is speculation and wishful thinking. That's literally all you have. Hopes and dreams. Like, I guess you could kind of talk about your own hopes and dreams, but you can't really be selling anything or promoting anything on his behalf. So again, I feel like unless you guys all just stop this silliness right now and just like hang out together as friends and be YouTubers, no matter what, you're violating the SEC.
And I'm going to obviously dive into why they are dangerous in the business world, especially in the online business world.
Oh, so you're going to start doing my job for me? Well, that's nice of you, Red, but do you want to maybe leave the cult that you're in first? You know, we kind of want people to leave the cult before they become survivors and speak out about it. That's kind of how the whole community works with all cults, by the way. You know, I had haters once try to cancel me because they wanted the anti-MLM community to boot me out because I was into MLMs, and it was one of the most hilarious live streams I've ever seen someone try to do on me before in my life. And I was like, sir, I don't think you know what the community is. You know, if we don't have people that were inside the cult that are willing to leave and then speak out about all of the things that went on behind closed doors, then we just have what they want to show us. And then how does that help? You know? But maybe you could leave the cult first, Red, and then you could talk about how these ways of thinking are dangerous and how they can lead you down a culty path, you know? That's basically what I do every day, is talk about things like that. So, you know, if you want to come join the naysayers, you got to leave that first.
And I think that we need to have a look at this to understand the effects of using speculation and wishful thinking out there in the open in the context of business, because it gives you a much better understanding of how it can affect a business in its entirety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're definitely going to want to hear that from Red, because don't they know all about that firsthand? But that's the funny thing, is that it is all their fault for doing that. And they did collapse this business, all of them. But it was under Ash's leadership and under what he would advise them to do. And so, you know, but I guess they're taking it on as all their fault now, which again, that's how these work. But that was Red's little pity party that he had to have for himself. And Collins is just fucking crazy. All right, I don't know how else. I don't know how else to bring this up. The man's just wacko, loony, off his rocker. Okay, the latest little clip of him that's going around had me rolling. Okay, it's just I just have to show it to you.
You know, and it is really great to think like that. You know, speculation is not a bad thing. You speculate, but it's like you look at the technology, like
speculation is not a bad thing. We can't be consistent with a single fucking thing in this cult. Not a single thing. None of them can say the same thing. You got one talking about how speculation ruins businesses, as another one is sitting out here talking about how speculation is fine.
Oliver talk about the applications and stuff. That is true. You know, application is in a product. You know, that's it. You build application, then you productize it. In software development, that's what you do. Application is about solving problem. It doesn't have to be beautiful or no, it's about functionality, feature and functionality.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be beautiful, guys. It can look like a piece of shit software. And it will sell great as long as it works.
And products now is about the appealing, how you do the design, you know, the pricing and all of those things. You know, all those things come, the logos. That's when you say, okay, I've built a product now for the mass market.
I didn't realize that the people that built the product in the IT team were also designing the logos for the product. And then they were also coming up with the name for the product. Is that really how it works in the tech biz? They also do up the design and name the product and okay.
But when you look at what Ash is doing, we want to build that's why I started with problem-solving applications. Will the application solve a problem? If not,
but what application has Ash Mufareh released that solves any problem? Name one problem that he has solved.
Pack your bag and go home. Because like Vincent said, a lot of applications are out there. What is the stupid thing you will do to build an application that is already there in the market? It's already solving the problem. But Ash is coming with something we talk about simplified, more futuristics, you know, and
yeah, you talk about it, but you don't have it. So it doesn't fucking matter. Remember? It doesn't matter how pretty the bow is on it. It's all about the functionality. And yours does not function because it does not exist.
It can easily hit the target of the problem. It's just like injection. You know, when sometimes they give you a target injection that can heal a sickness. That's
what the fuck? How did we go here all of a sudden? It's like an injection. All of them, and they all have these expressions that you're just like, no one else has ever said this. No one else has ever been like, yeah, it's like an injection. It's not a positive. I'm never like, I can't wait to go in and get my needle. Like I'm actually horrified of needles to the point where I almost have a panic attack when I have to take blood. I have to, it's a lot. I can't look at it. I'll pass out. I'm not good at that at all. So when you say that to someone like me, especially, I'm like, I want nothing to do with that then. That's the last company I'm joining. Is the company that's like, yeah, what we're doing is like an injection. I'm out. I'm fucking running the other way. That just gives me negative connotations about this right off the bat. And they always do this. It's like them and they're like, we want to disrupt the industry. That's not a good thing. Disruption is not a good thing. All right. We disrupt Zoom meetings to stop scammers. Like, we're not helping them when we do that. So why? Why do we use this? It's like, what is happening? These guys all go to the same optometrist. What the fuck are we looking at here? They look like clowns. They do. It's the OTech pros. This is it, the OTech pros. But the thing is, none of them are the techs working on these products. You want to prove you're an OTech pro? Why don't the 4 of you actually go build these products? You know, since you're all such tech geniuses, instead of just sitting around talking about it, go work for Ash for free then and offer to build them for him so that he can actually get one out to you. Like, what are we doing? Like, they just sit there. OTech clones. Yep. They do all look the same. Bald, glasses. We got, like, the 2 on the right are, like, with their facial hair, and then the 2 on the left with their facial hair. It's like, they're the same. You look at the mustaches. It's the same on the 2 on the right, the 2 on the left. It is. It's kind of funny, but it's like, I just don't know what are we doing? Like, it's such a waste of time for them to even get together and do this meeting. And, like, this is what it is. It's just this talk. What does this do for the technology of your business? How does this help the functionality, sir?
What Ash is doing, there is something that they have observed. You know, Ash is surrounded by high qualified technical team, engineers. They have so many years of experience. They have been working in top companies. Though people,
how do you know? Have you met them? Do you know them? Because it sounds like Andy and Chris Johnson have never met them, and they're having private meetings with Ash about the products and services and everything. So have you met them? How can you be like, oh, they have had years of experience when you literally don't even know? They could all be first-year graduates. Some of them could still be in school. Like, you literally have no clue. And I just don't even know why you would offer up that information. Like, what is the point in this line? Why? You know, I know that you want to trick everyone into thinking that this man's a genius and that his company's about to save all of humanity. But it's just like, you didn't have to say that. So why did you say that? Like, we added extra stuff that we like don't have to say. And it just makes it so much worse for you. For you. Because you talk them up. So then people expect something spectacular. And then you give them mail. And they send an email to someone and it doesn't arrive. And it's like, what the? And like, I just don't get it. Like, you don't have any clue. I would never just want to tell somebody else's background without knowing what it is. So that would be very weird. Like, imagine, like, you're literally just making up these people's backstories. like you're making up lore for them. It's bizarre. Right? I feel like I am watching Warhammer. Where we just make up things about people. That's what those communities do. They've all been kidnapped by Warhammer. They're all at his house. What's going on? Like, it's just so stupid and silly to me because it's, again, if they wouldn't keep meeting for these fucking streams, they wouldn't have run out of things to talk about. So then we have to make up full-on backstories of the technicians we don't even know exist. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. And it's like layer upon layer upon layer of life for no reason. Like, no one was like, Collins, can you do a live stream and like bring up how great the tech team is and go on a big rant about it, please? Like, they do this to themselves. It's crazy. Jeez, they have said this before, though. They do. It's just on repeat.
People don't know. They're working in all the top companies you can think of. Ash, go out and
like, look at Bob. Bob is at the edge of the seat. He's the guy on the bottom right in the gray shirt. He is like right into this, you know? He is like, oh my God, Collins is spitting bars right now. This is amazing. Like, it's like, what? What are we watching?
You know, recruit those experts. So many years of experience. Ask yourself, why would they even think of joining Mr. Ash Mufareh? It's because they look at the vision. They look at that heart of humanity. They want to be.
When does Will Smith come out? About to tell you a story all about how my life got twisted. I don't know.
In something great. That is why they join. They said, what if we come and start to rewrite history? They have already built, they have already made history. But what if I can be in a company that will rewrite history again?
Rewrite history is not what you want to do. Oh no. Was that a Freudian slip there, sir? Is that what that was? Because you are trying to rewrite history, but I don't think that's what you wanted to say here. You meant you wanted to make history. Right? That's what you meant. It's not what you said, and it's not what you're doing. You are rewriting the history. That's kind of what we're pointing out here today. And that's kind of been our point the last few times. Has been like, these people are crazy. They just rewrite their damn history and then just keep going. It's insanity. And it's like, no, you were all there. You're like, I'm watching Drama Channel sometimes. Have you ever like watched a Community and they like watch something go down live and then like the person streaming changes the whole narrative and like rewrites the history of everything that happened? And you're like, I literally watched it with you though. Why are you lying to me right now? Why are you rewriting history? What's going on? It literally gives me the same feeling when I'm watching them sometimes. I'm like, you were there too. We were all there when this happened. And now you're acting like that's not what happened. And I don't get it. And I think when I came into this, I had the belief that for the most part, the public is like, these people are crazy rewriting history. They're just not saying anything because they're like, I don't want to become part of this. But I'm starting to be like, no, maybe people actually just don't notice or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. What is wrong with you? How do you watch the history get rewritten, and then you're not like, this is bizarre? You were there.
That is their joy being here. It's not about money. Engineer can get any money they want. When you have your experience, I always said it, I've said it in webinars, you can ask all the IT engineers. When you have your experience, it is not about your ability to build. It's about how much they will pay you. They are always money driven.
Hey, Jakar. They're always money driven. They say. Well, they're in a scam with a man that got to pocket $108 million. Who has to pay back like $31 million of it. Yeah, no, he's not the money at all. Not into the money.
You don't give them what they want, they will not come. But why would these people decide to follow Mr. Ash Mufareh? People who...
Dude, that's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying! Why? I don't know. You're all insane.
Can make any money anywhere they go. Why would they follow? It is because of the dream.
But you're brainwashed.
The mission of Mr. Ash Mufareh, they listen to him. They said, we want to be part of this history. It's not about money. It's about part of being in this history, to help this man to create something, to do something, to...
Yeah, it's about helping this man, praising this man, stroking the ego of this man. That's all it is. His totalitarian ego, by the way. You know, in case you were wondering what kind it was. I'm just saying, that's what this is. That's what we are doing here. That's why we were like, oh, it's all about us. It's not about Ash. I laugh. And I'm like, no. This has all been just all about Ash the whole time. That's all it is. The cult of Ash.
To fulfill that dream, that burning desire that is in his heart.
Yeah, his dream. His dream and his heart. You all stopped all your dreams to come and praise him, which was his dream. He just really wants to be a guru. Can you please help make him one? You're doing a great job.
That's the reason why they are here. And now, why are we here, the 4 Old Tech Pros? It's because we saw that dream and we said, we want to be part of this mission. We want to be part of the journey.
Yeah, and that made sense at the beginning. 100%. I am probably the only person who has publicly stated that I can see how, upon first hearing about this, it might have sounded all right. The issue is that then 8 years went by and nothing happened. You guys have to have better self-esteem than this. You have to want more for yourself than this. You can't just be okay with sitting around here doing these pointless fucking streams with each other, sitting in the same spot, haven't grown, haven't learned, haven't changed much at all in 8 years. Because you all just do whatever for Ash now. It's all just about praising Ash and playing pretend on the internet. Pretend internet business. It's like you've all been role playing. It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, but time to wake up now. Like the SEC said, it's over. Let's not start another one up again.
That's the reason we are here. We are not working for the company, but we are here to say, yes, we were there from the beginning, from the time, from inception. And we saw this man. We believe in it. We join it. And we follow it. People will say.
And my thing is that this man hasn't done one thing that he promised you he was going to do. But he did pocket a whole bunch of money, and he could have done some of the things that he promised. And the important things that he promised were bringing people data centers to areas that didn't have internet that he forced to pay $97 US to join this thing from. And bringing people water filtration systems. Because he also went into areas that don't even have access to clean running water. They don't even have access to clean running water. They don't have the internet access. They all paid Ash Mufareh $97 US, probably their whole village. And yet, they just don't get anything now. And you are okay with that. You know? You shouldn't be. And that just shows what's important to him. The SEC told you what he spent the money on, and it was himself. So then you come out here and you say things like, oh, well, he's all about you guys, and he's not about the money, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, his actions speak louder than your words. And his lack of action speaks louder than your words. And it's like, you don't get that. And I need you to all get that. Because you deserve better than this. You should be trying to do better than being in these scams. All right? You're not kidnapped in a call center somewhere being forced to do this. So why?
These guys are crazy. We are not crazy.
Come on.
They'll say you are drunk. We are not drunk. We are drunk because we saw something that is bigger than us.
Wait, are you drunk or not drunk? You say drunk or drugged, or what did he say? I'm apparently having hearing issues. Because earlier, apparently it was hype and not high. So I'm apparently having my hearing issues today. But no matter what you said, are you sure?
Mr. Ash Mufareh, the history that he wants to create, I want to be part, Bob want to be part, Oliver want to be part, Vincent want to be part, Jeanne Alleva, you can go, John Barilla, all those people who are in Marcien, Chris Johnston. If I don't name you, please.
Yeah, when I'm looking for people to look up to, I'm looking at those people. I'm like, these are the people I want to be like. Marcien, Chris Johnson, and Jeanne Alleva.
You want to be part of the history. That is why you are here. It is not about the financial gain. It's about writing your name on a pillar, a stone, a wall.
Wall. Is Trump building a wall? What's going on?
Your great-grandchildren will pass and said, my great-granddad was part of this story.
Oh my God.
They were there. They saw something that nobody saw.
Yeah, that's the problem. The kids will have to come forward one day and be like, my dad was in the OnPassive scam. We lost our house. We weren't able to celebrate Christmas for 7 years. every year they would say, you know, mom and dad would tell me, sorry, you don't get presents. We're still waiting on Ash. And then after we lost everything, you know, my parents finally woke up. And then a few years later, there was a Bloomberg documentary about it. All right, now I'm starting to write some more.
They were there. Our eyes open, laser focus on what? When we listen, we jump
on what? Good question. On what? There's nothing here.
Yes. There are people who can go and have their lives.
Yeah. And they're still waiting 80 years later. Exactly.
I said you can go and have a good life. Why are we still here? It is because there is something bigger than us. We want to be that part, that beacon of hope. We want to.
Yeah, I know. It sounds really great. All right. Here's the thing. A lot of people in your life might tell you that they are your savior. Trust me, I've had a few. I've had some white knights too along the way. All right. None of them were that. I assure you. All right. The only one that can do anything about your situation is you. Stop giving it to Ash. Stop putting it in his hands. He ain't doing nothing. He's sitting around. He's spending your money with his family, and they laughed, taking it to the bank. That's what it's going to be. Well, you're out here working 80 hours a week trying to sell a shitty survey app that nobody wants. And then you're lucky if you're bringing home $200 a year commissions. That's the life you're setting up for your family. That's your legacy. That's what you'll be passing down to them. Statistics say so. Math doesn't lie, remember? You guys believe that math doesn't lie. I tend to be very, very into that. So, math doesn't lie. Have you ever looked up the statistics of these things? Because this one's no different than any of the other ones. Ash Mufareh is not the only man out here claiming that he has technology that's going to take over the world and change humanity. All of the MLMs claim that you can change humanity. All right, years ago when I got signed up to It Works, what got me to sign up was they were like, we'll help you build a team and we'll help build you a platform so that you can help people. They didn't do shit for me. And I've had to build this platform all by myself while I've had people trying to kick me down the whole time. And try to stop me. Hell of a lot worse than we've ever tried to stop you too, by the way. So, don't look to other people for that. You got to take on your own life and your own story. You got to leave your own legacy. And again, these things are taking you away from actually doing that and then putting you in this hamster wheel.
Stand and bless others. We want to stand on that application that Ash will build and say, yes, we were the first to lay our hands on it. We ride on it and we bless others. And we want to sit back and see the world going crazy for what Mr. Ash Mufareh and the tech team have built. That is the reason why we are still here. And that is the reason why we said we'll stay here all the way with Mr. Ash Mufareh until we see it turning the world upside down, solving problems for businesses, people talking about application.
I mean, he might turn the world upside down. Not in a good way, though. And again, solving what problems? He couldn't even give people one water filtration system. You guys keep going on about what you're doing for that Seeds Academy, but even that's bare minimum.
Walk in an office and I see,
especially for a man that pocketed $108 million.
The product that Mr. Ash Mufareh built or the services, a company is using it to administer it to myself. That is what I want to see. And that's the reason I'm here. That's why Bob is here.
He should have been able to build them an entire building and deck it out with all the best technology for that amount. Lord. You know? Queen, did you hear on Randy's training seminar today? No, I've watched Randy for like 3 days. I needed to take a break. He said they've been getting thousands of people from a tech company that failed to deliver for over 6 years. Yeah, I know. He says it all the time. They keep bringing up how they had Marty and Robin sign up 300 people each, and then they've built a team of people from India that's over 11,000 people. They are poaching OnPassive people. They're the company that OnPassive is worried about. That's why we cover them. Don't worry, Oblast will take care of all those problems, right? Really? Yep. Yeah, they're in competition. Like I said, we got to see who wins. So far, Randy's winning. Or I guess Terry's winning. Blake's winning. I still don't know how this thing is made up. They've got to explain that better to everybody. All right? Because it's like Terry's company. All right? But then Blake is the CEO. And then I'm like, okay, but then where's Larry and Randy and all this? Like, are they just underneath Blake then? Like, how does this go? Are they actually a part of the company? Is one like the CMO and the other one's like the CFO? Is there another CFO? Is a LaCour Enterprises just handling all that? You know, it's all very weird. Because I want to know how, if they'll actually stay. They might stay because it's Terry's. But maybe not. Terry might end up selling it. Like, this is what I mean. That he does that a lot. Right? So, I want to find out. Oh, bless their hearts. That's right. So we're watching a competition right now to see who wins. But that's it from Colin's Manna. He's nutty. It's nutty. The whole thing's nutty. I've never understood the OTech pros because, like I said, it only really makes sense as a show for them if it is actually with the technicians that are working on the products. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of guys speculating what's going on with the products, which they're apparently not allowed to do if you ask Red Redfern and Reed's back office. But yeah, here they are all the time. Maybe that's who should be pruned next, Ash. You should prune those four. Yeah, I'm just saying. Just trying to help, And that brings us to good old Mike Ellis, by the way. Mike Ellis did a video. It's a very interesting video. I think you guys will love it. And it's funny because the video was only 7 minutes. And I wanted to clip the parts of it that were important. And it's like most of the video. We're not going to watch the whole thing because there was some of it where I was like, well, we don't need that. But here's Mike Ellis, by the way. No, that's not Mike Ellis, by the way. Sorry. Why did that happen? It's not the one I clicked on. That's not the one I clicked on. I clicked on, by the way. Oh, does it just start like that? That thing messed up? That's supposed to say, by the way. Sorry.
The work in itself is the reward. And over the last 6.5 years, being able to come out and talk about marketing and the things I talk about, it has been rewarding. But the work in itself being the reward, the work doesn't pay the bills.
The work doesn't pay the bills.
And again, over the last 6.5 years, we've come out and we've talked about the vision that Mr. Mufareh has and what he's going to be bringing to the table. And the vision it's a wonderful thing to talk about, and it gets people very, very excited about what might happen in their lives. But the vision in reality is just a hope and a dream.
But the vision in reality is just a hope and a dream.
And a hope and a dream will take you a very, very long way. It gives you the opportunity to start to think about what can happen in your life. And I hear from other people, okay, we've gone through this 6.5 years. Yeah, the work in itself is rewarding, but it doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah, the work in itself is rewarding, but it doesn't pay the bills.
What we need is a product. Just give me a product. Give me something to sell. Give me something to work on. And I don't need anything else from there. And I just totally disagree with that as far as I'm concerned. You know, there are a lot of products out there, hundreds of thousands of products out there that you can sell.
You know, there are a lot of products out there, hundreds of thousands of products out there that you can sell.
And some of them are really, really good products that you can do very, very well with. But in reality, those products will not change lives in the way I want to see them changed.
Products will not change lives in the way I want to see them changed.
When I think about the vision, when I think about where we're going, what I want, what I need is a platform. But unless you have the product that gives us the ability to change lives, for me, it's just not what I want. I just don't want a product. I want the ability to bring people in and actually change lives.
I want the ability to bring people in and actually change lives.
You know,
there's just a problem with that is Ash is not allowed to run a business in which other people are recruited into the business to make a commission off of people that are recruited into a business for the next 8 years. So whatever business you're doing, you technically won't be able to bring people in and change their lives, which is why all of this is just so stupid right now.
When you look around the world, there are so many people that are just burdened with finance. They just don't have enough of it. And they don't see a way forward. They don't see a way out. And if Mr. Mufareh can bring a platform that will alleviate some of those financial woes,
that's
a marvelous thing. It really is. As we launch, we're going to get really, really specific on what we need to do, how we need to do it, and what you can integrate into your business to make that happen quicker. So that's where we're at, guys. That's where I'm at. And as soon as Mr. Mufareh comes out, whether it's this week's, next week's, or toward the end of the month, whenever it is, I'm sure I'll have more to say, as will a lot of people. And we'll keep moving forward. And I think we are moving forward very, very quickly.
Now compared
to the last 8 years. I think we're on lightning speed. But Mr. Mufareh will come out. He'll fill us in on all that. And from there, yeah, we'll just absolutely see everybody at the top.
Yep, guys, this is them in lightning speed. You heard it here first. They're going at lightning speed now, but don't worry. Ash will be here in the next week or two to tell us what's going on. Lightning speed. They're moving super duper duper fast. They promise. So it is time for us to look at some Bill Must videos. Thought we would end the night on some Bill Must. He's been pumping out some funny stuff still. It never stops. This one is called Boom, 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 and Boom.
Compelling message in update 14.
I'm not joking. That's literally what it's called, though. Hold on. I'll start it from the beginning again, because, like, they start, there's, like, not even a split second, and on here, like, it always misses the first word. But that's what it's called. Boom, 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 and boom. Tell me what you think it means. You know? He's just exuding non-enthusiasm. I felt like Mike Ellis was tearing apart the company as thought he was pumping it up there a little bit. Quickly, 8 years, right? Lightning speed.
His compelling message in update 14 shows the wisdom of our CEO to give us exactly what we need at the right time. This update didn't just come into the mind of Mr. Ash Mufareh. If you have been paying attention, he is giving us a blueprint and roadmap of how calculating he is.
Marty would love all the booms, right? Right? And do you guys think that Ash is calculated? Like, it's hard to tell with him. Like, sometimes I'm like, is he a manipulating genius? Or has he somehow just fallen into this and like, this is the real proof that the system is the problem. It doesn't matter who the leader is. It's the system itself that creates the cult mentality, even if the leader is a complete idiot. You know?
This new survey is here for us as a barometer to see how we respond to what he and his technology teams are doing. It measures our enthusiasm and, to an extent, our core belief in what Mr. Mufareh's enhanced company is doing. How he keeps doing these things is not an accident. It's a magnificent gift. Mr. Ash Mufareh is not leaving any of us loyal founders and affiliates out of his plans for building his business, like it is also our business.
Well, are you invited to the private meetings that Andy Burks and Chris Johnson and Julie are invited to? Just asking.
He said, we are essential parts of the next chapter. So those 3 questions relate to how he is framing his company and if it meets our approval.
Yeah, no, it sounded more like the questions were to see if you met his approval. As he said on Chris's live, as I played earlier in our stream. So I think you kind of mix that up there, John White and Bill Must. It's kind of the other way around. That's why I said it's not fair to do that either, because then people won't answer that honestly. They're going to answer it going, oh shit, I don't want to get pruned. What does he want to hear? Therefore, it's not even a real survey. You're not getting real data. What the fuck is the point? You're fabricating data, and we're watching you do it, and you're not even being careful about it. It's like, wow.
Wow, how amazing
wow.
is that? With this survey, it gives each one of us self-esteem. This isn't insignificant, it's insightful. Clarity from O News, very helpful. Readiness for what's next. Yes, we are excited. Communication.
Yes, we are excited. Like, you couldn't sound less excited. AI bot, like, this is why you can't get AI to do videos like this. Honestly, it's what we're trying to prove here. It doesn't work with AI. You need real people for videos because of things like this. Just saying, boom, boom. Isn't that what they do in Tiny Dinger diapers? So many capitalized, highlighted words. It must be the truth. Right? It's so random. It's not even like always the important words. Like here it kind of is with the yellow highlight, right? But like a lot of times it'll just be like a random word. And the capitalization is just so random. What the fuck? Why do you even do it? Why would you put a capital here?
And training, very helpful. For Bill Must and John White, these are questions that gauged our interest in Mr. Ash Mufareh's company. Thank you, sir, for including us in this momentous event in the building of your company. In fact, this is a road marker that will be celebrated when other people come into Mr. Ash Mufareh's company.
They'll be like, oh my God, we are so glad that after 8 years you accepted us. I think Spencer nailed it. He's just enough of a bumbling idiot to be relatable, and he uses sentences you've never heard before, not in a good way, but it somehow is endearing to older people. Yeah. Yeah, and we've talked about that before too. About how, like, in a weird way, I think some people find it charming. And to them, it is charismatic. When we look at Ash, we're not going to see the charismatic leader that they see. You have to put on their rose goggles and try to see it from their point of view sometimes. And sometimes you can kind of be like, I could see how they could put blinders on for these negative things and just, think that he's charming, maybe. Especially if you haven't met that many people.
No matter how large this new company gets, we are hallmarked into the chambers of his company.
What does that mean? We are hallmarked into the chamber of his company. What the hell does that mean? Hello, good to see you. This writing is scarily similar to that of certain U.S. political figures, right? And not only in the U.S., by the way. Any authoritarian political figure.
We are the pioneers of this big, bold, beautiful, shared dream. How does this make
from
you
Germany.
feel?
We are the pioneers of this big, bold, beautiful shared dream. I swear to God, that's what they're going to call the company. It'll just be called Big, Bold, Beautiful Shared Dream. Like, let's just do that. Why not? How does this make you feel? And it's not even a question mark. Lord. It makes me feel angry. It makes me go, what the hell is going on over here? What is this about? No, I can't help but laugh at it most of the time. Because, like, what else are you supposed to do? If not, we'd go insane. We'd go insane covering this. We'd be getting gaslit. And you gotta kind of be like, look how silly this is. Because some of it is silly. Like this song. I couldn't download it. My system started being really weird right before I came on. And then I apologize. I was a little late to the stream. Because for some reason, the last video that I had done up just decided not to work. I thought it was fine. It worked on my computer, but then when I uploaded it on here, it was like not playing, so that there was something missing in it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had to redo it. Like, I had to like resave it. It was almost like it only got like half encrypted or something, and then it wouldn't play for me. It was weird. But then I just resaved it, and it was good to go. With this one, I needed to show it to you right from their channel. The anchor disguised as a lifeline. And it's a song. So we're going to end with a little dance party here. I thought it would be fun. This is their newest song that was just posted yesterday, I believe. And remember the anchor video that we reacted to? Well, this is the song, of course, for it. Should be a good one. Biggest, boldest, beautifulest dream ever. That's what they should name the company. All one word. And then it should all be in capital letters. So that Tonya every time will have to say,
It's not biggest, boldest, beautifulest dream ever. It's biggest, boldest, beautifulest dream ever in all capital letters.
like every single time. It would just be kind of funny. You know? Just saying. Anchors sink to the bottom, do they not? That's what I thought, but I mean, apparently not. Apparently they float.
The anchor disguised as a lifeline. In a desperate struggle in the ocean, a drowning person might clutch at anything that floats.
Woo!
Even a heavy anchor disguised as a life preserver. This frantic grab for salvation, driven by panic and exhaustion, would only pull them deeper into the abyss. The very object they believed was their rescue becomes the instrument of their demise.
Their demise? Jesus, what do you mean?
Oh. Metaphorically, this occurs when individuals, overwhelmed by what they perceive as a failing venture or personal crisis, act out of sheer desperation rather than clear judgment. They eagerly grasp at the be true or for believing it to be their necessary.
This whole song is just a run-on sentence. I promise you.
They rescue in their vulnerable state. They fail to see the hidden weight and true nature of what they are embracing.
It's too bad. It's too bad because, like, the beat isn't bad. And the singer goes with it. It's awesome in that sense. But then if you actually listen to the lyrics, like, there's no flow to it. It's just, it's like they were trying to add some extra beat into one of those motivational speeches that they do. And this is what fucking happened. They were like, we want to do one of those motivational, you know, because they do it on AI, so they have the prompt. They were like, we want to do one of those motivational speech videos that we've been making with you. I don't know. Is it like ChatGPT where it like remembers what you say or something? Don't they like have memory and they're supposed to like remember your like past conversations? Or so anyway, so then you're like, you know how we've been making those inspirational, motivational speeches lately? Well, can you please make me one now that is a little more musical? And the AI bot was like, all right, I got you. I know exactly what you want. You want a reggae tune with a run-on sentence. And that's what they spit out was this song.
Case in point, those founders and affiliates are now rushing into those so-called life preservers. Because the ones tossing them are people that they recognize as someone they can trust.
Yeah, so in this song, the point of this is that they're saying that the people that didn't want to join this and thought that there were anchors here are now interested in it. I'm like, I don't know where that's happening.
That's a big error in judgment, and they're going to regret who they thought was alive.
If you're trusting anyone else to give you a business similar to Ash's, you know, you're going to regret it. Yep, you're going to regret it. Because this anchor OnPassive actually turned out to be a lifesaver. But none of this has happened yet. And I'm like, wait, did I miss it? When did this go on? When did this start becoming a good thing? Where people are going to regret it. We're supposed to be regretting it? This is pure propaganda, not inspirational. Right? Punctuations are for losers. Even the AI is sorry it made this.
Was actually an anchor.
Oh no! I switched it. So now the life preserver you thought enjoying Lev AI has actually decided to be an anchor. So before it was the anchor OnPassive had actually ended up being a lifesaver. The anchor disguised as a lifesaver. Now it's actually all about how it's the other way around. All within the same song, nonetheless. And I mean, this would play at the end of that anchor video that we watched, which is kind of funny. It's like, it's all a mess, isn't it? An anti-Lev AI song could also be anti-big, bold, beautiful dream. Big, bold, beautiful dream. This has been my big, bold, beautiful nightmare. Imagine being burned twice by the same scammer, super long con, right? Right? That's even worse. The one thing I hate right now is these like recovery scammers that pretend that they run a recovery system that gets your money back after you've been scammed. There is no such thing. There's no way to do that. Like the closest you can get to that right now is going to the SEC, hoping that they sue them and then decide to pay you back some of your money. It's part of the problem right now. That's why we have to be proactive, try to stop people from scamming in a lot of cases before they even get there, you know? But it's like, The Anchor video was too dark. Yeah, it was too dark. But it's like people get scammed, and then these people show up. They're like, I'll help you get your money back. And scam people that were just scammed. How much of an asshole do you have to be to literally scam people that were just scammed a second time? You know what I mean? That's some bullshit, man. That's who the hell does that? That just pisses me off so much. But again, it's not much different from people hopping from MLM to MLM to scam people, or from what Ash is doing here, where you just rebrand, start up a new one. You know? It's ridiculous. See, I knew what you were saying. It's anti-big, bold, beautiful dream, laughable, because they're pretty much the same company, right? I mean, they promise the same sort of thing. There's just a few of the products that they said they'd offer are a bit different. And I will give Lev AI credit that they've at least shown us how some of these products are supposed to work. They might actually exist. That doesn't mean they're good. And that doesn't mean that you should join an MLM to sell them. I don't think you should do that at all. You know what I'm saying? But at least they have something, which isn't that spectacular. Most of the MLMs have products. Pyramid schemes have products too, by the way. It's not about whether or not you have a product. It's about how dependent on the recruitment is your success. Can you be successful just off sale of the product without recruitment? If the answer is no, then you're in a pyramid scheme. And the funny thing about it is that in every MLM, the answer is no. It's just hidden a lot better behind a bunch of bullshit and the DeVos family. But, you know, the DSA. And, you know, so it should be illegal. It shouldn't be allowed, but here we are once again. And yeah, you got to be a real shit person to scam people twice in a row. Stupid is what stupid does. Yeah, but I don't like to say that people join these because they're stupid. Is what they're doing stupid? Hell yeah. But they're not stupid. Not all of them, anyway. Cults like intelligent people and people with status. You know, like Tom Cruise, apparently. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. FCC gum. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Something like that. George Bush.
Unscrupulous people excel at painting anchors to look like saviors, preying on this vulnerability with promises of easy salvation. They offer desperate individuals exactly what they think they need.
Yeah, that's, again, are you describing yourself? That's what you've been doing.
Quick cash, a guaranteed fix, or effortless success, while obscuring the devastating strings attached. This exploitation ensures that the victim, in seeking freedom, only shackles themselves to a new, deeper set of problems. The problem with certain founders and affiliates who are in situations they think are drowning them, and they urgently need someone to help get out of those situations. The company that they think is not urgent enough.
It's so weird because the beat's like so happy and like the singer sounds, you know, pretty upbeat during it. But then the lyrics, they sound so angry. It's just so, like, they're mad.
To help them should also know that the designer of this company, Mr. Ash Mufareh, believes in patience with urgency. In the end, patience with urgency is the alignment of short-term actions with long-term values.
Are we just like defining this in our own way now?
It is the recognition that the most profound victories are not sprints, but marathons run with determined, consistent speed. It is the ultimate act of believing in a future that you are willing to work for, struggle for, and wait for, not passively, but with relentless, quiet urgency.
Quiet urgency. In other words, shut up, everybody.
Mr. Ash Mufareh and his company are the real life preservers.
Not fake! What? Whoa, what was that?
Are the real life preservers. Not fake!
Not fake. Not just a random, not fake in the background. You know? I never thought I would hear a song about affiliate marketing. Wow, really? Every single multi-level marketing company has a theme song. And most of them have several different songs. I've showcased a whole bunch of them on my channel. I even started to make my own songs making fun of things because why not? This scam is all talk and no show, right? That's funny that it ended like that. Not fake! I kind of like that. I might have to steal that. I like it.
Are the real life preservers. Not fake!
Yeah, you can like just barely catch the fake. Fake! It just sounds so weird. Sounds so weird. I like it though. But they are fake. They are fake. They are so super fake. And those lyrics were actually insane. They really were. They were crazy sauce. Crazy, crazy lyrics. I'm telling ya. Do, 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 do. The anchor disguised as a lifeline in a desperate struggle in the ocean. A drowning person might clutch at anything that floats. Even a heavy anchor disguised as a life preserver. This frantic prey for salvation, driven by panic and exhaustion, would only pull them deeper into the abyss. The very object they believe was their rescue becomes the instrument of their demise. Oh, metaphorically, this occurs when individuals overwhelmed by what they perceive as a failing venture or personal crises act out of sheer desperation rather than clear judgment. They eagerly grasp at the first apparent solution. Often the risky cuts are too good to be true, often believing it to be their necessary rescue. In their vulnerable state, they fail to see the hidden weight and true nature of what they are embracing. Case in point, these founders and affiliates are now rushing into those SoCal life preservers. I think it's supposed to be so-called. The AI bot did mess it up a few times. So the transcript's a little funny. Because the ones tossing them are people that they recognize as someone they can trust. That's a big error in judgment. And they're going to regret who they thought was a life preserver was actually an anchor. Unscrupulous people excel at painting anchors to look like saviors, preying on this vulnerability with promises of easy salvation. They offer desperate individuals exactly what they think they need: quick cash, a guaranteed fix, or effortless success, while obscuring the devastating strings attached. This exploitation ensures that the victim, in seeking freedom, only shackles themselves to a new, deeper set of problems. I mean, that's what I was saying. The problem with certain founders and affiliates who are in situations they think are drowning them, and they urgently need someone to help get out of those situations. The company that they think is not urgent enough to help them should also know that the designer of the company, Mr. Ash, believes in patience with urgency. Oh, he believes in patience with urgency? All right, yeah, sure, I'll sit around for 8 years and wait. He's got to be releasing something real crazy if he believes in patience with urgency. I mean, sign me up today. In the end, patience with urgency is the only alignment of short-term actions with long-term values. It is the recognition that the most profound victories are not sprints but marathons run with determined consistency. It is the ultimate act of believing in the future that you are willing to work for, struggle for, and wait for, not passively, but with relentless, quiet urgency. Mr. Ash Mufareh and his company are the real life preservers, not fake. It reads a little different when you're not singing it in an upbeat song, doesn't it? I would say so. I would say so, because that's the transcript of the video song I just showed you. And it's kind of gross, like Violet is saying, wow, this is a new low, right? So, the Savior is here. The Savior is here! And he is Mr. Ash Mufareh, here to save all of humanity. He is the Messiah, the God. And we shall pray at his feet. And kiss them and wash them and all that great stuff that religions say you should do. They shall not be moved. Founders are becoming anchors. That's right. Anchors don't float, right? It sinks to the bottom, which is what this thing is doing. Sinking like the Titanic. Every night in my... No, stop. I've already done the song enough. I've got to go. It's getting late. I hope that all of you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your FriYAY. That's all I've got for you today. It's been quite a fun stream. So I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take a break from this thing. Try not to watch OnPassive or scammy stuff on the weekend. Go and watch some other things over the weekend, and not drama either. Try to stay away from politics this weekend as well. Charlie Kirk was shot, and it's been very insane on the internet lately. There's just a lot of fair gaming going on. I don't know why everyone decided to all start joining Scientology and acting like they're all reading L. Ron Hubbard's playbook, but it is very strong all over the internet right now, fair gaming. And just be safe on the internet right now. Be careful where you go. Be careful who you trust. Don't trust any of us here on YouTube. Always do your own due diligence. Not even me. Don't ever just even take my word for it. Go and double check. I try to show you the proof, but I also urge you to watch this stuff on your own if you want. Google it. Look it up. Go and read the litigation for yourself. You don't have to just listen to me. You can go and find this information and look into it and come to your own conclusions about it. Maybe you think I do a shit job of covering it, and you would rather just go and read the information for yourself. I don't know. But either way, don't believe everyone. You don't need a guru. You don't need someone to tell you what to think and how to feel and what to believe in and what to do. Unless you're in therapy. All right, the closest thing you should get to that is advice from a therapist, a psychiatrist, and even then, don't just do every single thing that they say either. Ask questions. Make sure that you have control over your own autonomy. And, just be safe out here. It's a little heavy right now, as I said earlier today. So give your mind a break. I'll probably will start posting up some stuff about MLMs over the weekend, but nothing too serious. We're going to keep it light this weekend. And then I will see you on Monday, where I can't promise that it will be light, but it will be about cults, commercial cults, multi-level marketing. So it will be that. That I can say. I love all of your faces. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. And just like always, we are going to see ourselves out with everybody's #1 hit favorite song. Sure that you give this a like, subscribe if you are new.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Stay skeptical, stay safe.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Shining bright into the future, we rise high.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy and talking about their experiences. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.